out of the Fumble Bumble.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience Season 24 World Series. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer, and we're hoping to get Hummus God here in just a few minutes. He apparently had a power outage, but we have some other guests here with us tonight. This is a very special stream, as we have several of our GMs throughout the league joining us tonight. First of all, let's go ahead and start off with Vancouver Vandals GM AJ887. How's it going, AJ?
It's going good. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me on. I'm really excited for the World Series stream.
Absolutely. And also we have Crazy Katie Cat from the my team, the Kashima Foxes. How's it going, CCC?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. And then finally we have Phillies fan 96 from the New Orleans Rougarou. How's it going, Philly fan?
That's going good. Thanks for having me on.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad all three of you could join us. We might have a couple stragglers join in later here with us, but before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that we had our recruitment push today, and if you can, go take a look at the announcement section on the forum, and we could use all the help you can get with recruitment for this season. So let me just go ahead and check one thing here on Discord real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our first match. Pull up our Simming Discord, and it does look like we do have some stats here for our matches, and boy is there a bunch of them. Alright, so let's see, pull up the first one here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead, and since the first day here is the Voyagers versus the Scorpions, I'm going to start us off reading off these here. Let's go back down here. I only see the minor league stats, not the major league. So apparently Stats Team only got one compiled for the minor league. So we'll just go ahead and read that tomorrow sim day when we get back over to the minors. They are offset a day, so we do have the majors first, and then game one of the minors will begin afterwards. So one last thing, let me check another thing here real quick in Discord. And it looks like we got a follow here. Let me pull that back up. Oh, I just missed a follow. Thank you for whoever followed. I didn't get to see. I was on another screen here. Didn't get to see who did the follow on that one. But okay, so everything looks good on my end. If some other GMs join us here, I invited several to be able to be on with us tonight. Right now we have 3. And hopefully Hummus God can join us here in a bit. Jimmy PvP, thank you very much for the follow. So we're going to get started with game 1 here. We have the Voyagers and Scorpions, and Voyagers, the number 6 seed versus the Scorpions. So Voyagers already beating the Sloths and the Aviators so far in this World Series. Really good upset matches. Voyagers really did well. Even though they just squeaked into the playoffs, being able to pull off the upset against, especially the Sloths. Sloths have been a very good team the past several seasons, and Aviators too. Aviators have made a really good comeback the past 2 seasons or so, especially taking the top of their division like they did. Very, very nicely done by them. But let's speak with all of our GMs here. What are your predictions for this first game of the series? I guess we'll start with AJ.
Man, this is going to be a tough one. I feel like VV Zielman might be due for a bounce back here, having a rough ERA in the playoffs to start the season. I feel like we might see a really good outing from Zielman here, and maybe Death Valley goes up 1-0. But you never can tell with the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with Zielman's ERA being the way it is right now in the postseason, it does look high, but during the regular season, they did a really good job. Being able to strike out batters and going long into several games. So we'll have to see how that goes. Crazy Katie Cat, any predictions from you?
I've been stuck with the Voyagers all season, and Emmy being on the team is just a big bonus for me. So I'm voting for them.
All right. Well, Jim the Fat Man, thank you very much for following. We really appreciate it. And finally, Phillies fan, any predictions for game 1 here?
Actually, so one thing I wanted to notice is I believe that this is both of those starting pitchers' first year on the team. I think VV signed there this past offseason, then Rune obviously got traded there at the deadline.
That's right.
But it's hard to go against DVS. I mean, they've been such a powerhouse in the league for a reason, and I mean, they've won so many for a reason. Hard to pick against them.
Well, especially with the addition of Frick Nasty as the co-GM of the Scorpions, Person Man has done such a great job. Past 10, 12 seasons, Scorpions have always been dominant, been up there at the very top of the Western Division, it seemed like. Only a couple times that I can remember another team has, like the Vandals had a season, the Sloths had a couple seasons, but even if they didn't get first in their division, they were always second, it seemed like. So Scorpions are definitely going to be the one to beat tonight. Voyagers do have their work cut out for them, but based on the two previous series that they had versus the Sloths and the Aviators, it's really going to be the Voyagers series to try and win here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The way we're going to do this here tonight, since we do have multiple GMs on with us, is we're going to let all three GMs take 3 innings each of this first game. So we'll have AJ take innings 1 through 3, Crazy Katy Cat 4 through 6, and Phillies Fan 7 through 9. If we do have extra innings, then we'll do 1 inning each with each of them rotating through those. So without further ado, we're going to pull up our matchups for Game 1. And looking at this here, we've got 6 for the Voyagers. So Voyagers dominant here in the hitting department over the Scorpions. Scorpions only with 3: James Love, Holden Afart, and Elliot Alderson. So Voyagers with the advantage batting, but pitching-wise, VV Zielman at 80 overall versus 75 overall for Atsuka Rune does have the advantage here in pitching. This could be anyone's game here. Can the Scorpions hold off the Voyagers' great run this postseason? We're about to find out as we get started with AJ and Joshua Stevenson coming up to bat first. And let me turn off the BNN scoreboard real quick.
All right, and as we said earlier, VV Zielman on the mound for DVS and immediately gets Stevenson to ground out for the first out of Game 1 here of the World Series. It's going to be RJ Menard, center fielder for the Voyagers, who goes down on strikes. 3 for 22 against the Scorpions, as said on the feed there. And curveball taken for strike 3 as Zielman strikes out 2 batters to start off the top of the first here. As we go down to the bottom of the first, Death Valley will get their first shot at the plate. It's going to be Sim, the shortstop, leading it off for Death Valley. And that will be a base hit into left field. Sim aboard with a single. Andrew Oram, the first baseman, is going to get that just past the shortstop, Grant Iridian. And that will be back-to-back singles, pushing Sim across to third. Ground ball to first, over to second for 1, back over to first, and that's a double play grounded into by Willie Colon. But it will score Sim from third base, so Death Valley will be the first to strike here. Elliot Lefebvre, and that will be a base hit into left field, following suit of some of the earlier batters in the order. 2 away, runner on first for James Love, and that's going to be all the way into the left field corner. That's going to be an extra base hit for James Love. Going to get to second easily with a double, and Lefebvre will come in to score. No throw on the relay from the shortstop, and Affert will go down on strikes, so that will be the inning mercifully. The Scorpions do grab the lead here, 2-0. We go back to the top of the second. Voyagers are going to have another shot at it. Tom Shu will get aboard with a single. That's the Voyagers' first hit of the ball game. Barbados Slim up next, grounder to short, over to second for 1, and he holds on to it. Love does not make the relay throw to first. That will be a fielder's choice. Grant Iridian high pop fly, and that's going to be taken care of by Oram. Runner on first with 2 away for Eric Rivers. Grounds to second and thrown on to first for a quick ground out. Now we'll do it for the top of the second, excuse me. Bottom of the second, we'll lead off with Ian Fullman, who grounds out to the shortstop. Alderson, high fly ball into center field. That's going to be... oh, no! He couldn't hold on to that. Will be ruled as an error, and Alderson will wind up at second. And that's a wild pitch by Atsuka Rune, which will push Alderson to third. Stretch McGibbon will go down on strikes. Runner 90 feet from the plate with 2 outs. Can Sim bring him home? No. That's going to be a strikeout by Atsuko Rune. So the Scorpions get a runner to third, but the Voyagers hold him there. Top of the third is Hodge, who will ground out to the first baseman. And Kirk Swerve will go down on strikes. Back up to the top of the order now with Joshua Stevenson. Base hit into center field. That'll be a single for the second baseman from the Voyagers. RJ Menard checks his swing, but Stevenson's off for second, and he's going to get there safely. Stolen base for Joshua Stevenson. High fly ball into shallow right center, and that's going to be the inning. 2-0, still the Scorpions lead, as Orem gets a base hit into right field. He's going to go for second, and the relay throw is not there, so Orem will be safe at second with a double. Willie Colon grounds out to first base and pushes Orem to third. LaFave. That's a long fly ball. That one has a chance. No, all the way at the track, reaching up, grabbing it is Menard. Orem will tag up and score. So the Scorpions take a 3-0 lead here. And it's going to be James Love into right field. No, that had the chance of being a home run, but the Scorpions will take a 3-0 lead over a Crazy Katy Cat.
And we've got Arden Long singling into left. And let's see, Tom Shue, a little pop fly to shortstop. And a strikeout for Barbados Slim. BB is dealing. And here's Grant Iridian. A pass ball, looks like.
Bumble.
And a strikeout for Grant Iridian to end the inning. He's holding the fart. Atsuko Rune with the strikeout. Ian Folman puts a charge into one in right center, but that'll be caught. And Elliot Alderson now. He's going to put one into the gap, and he's going for extra bases. Slides into second safely. Stretch McGibbon stands in. And that's a single back up the middle into center, and the runner will score. So that makes it 4-0 DVS. And a stolen base, no problem for Stretch McGibbon. And a fly ball to left there for Sim will end the inning. A quick strikeout for Eric Rivers. BB is really doing well so far. A little ground ball to short for Dylan Hodge. And strike three swinging for Eric Kirksworth. And that'll be a ground out there for Andrew Aron. And a big fly ball for Willie Colon into center field. That's quickly an out. And the Siders retired 1-2-3 as LaFave strikes out. There's Joshua Stevenson grounding to second, and he's out. Oh, nice play. Attempt to be made there, but Hardin Long will reach. And a fly ball into left. And Tom Shue is going to put one in a single into left. Barbados Slim now grounds to second, and that'll retire the side. Swing and a miss, strike three for James Love. And holding the fire, he's going to put one back up the middle into center field for a single. And Folman, oh, there goes the fart. Not a surprise. Oh, but he got caught. Swing and a miss for Folman, and that will retire the side. 4-0 DVS so far.
And Philly fan.
And there you go, Philly.
All right, and Iridian will ground out to Orem at first base for the first out of the seventh inning. Bring up Eric Rivers, who will also strike out. Justin Sims now the pitcher. And Hodge will single to right field, putting a man on first. Bringing up Kirk Swerve, who will ground to the second baseman, and he is out at first. So one runner aboard, but nobody scores. We move down to the bottom of the seventh. And Elliot Alderson is up and strikes out to Atsuko Rune, who is still pitching. Stretch McGibbon hits one into the gap in right center field. That is a double at least, and yep, he will slide in safely at second base. Now back to the top of the order, and stolen base. Stretch McGibbon steals third base, and Zhangwan Sim grounds out to second base, leaving the runner at second. Pop up to the catcher for Andrew Aram to end the inning. So Scorpions get a guy at third, but don't score. And Joshua Stevenson will strike out. Justin Sims still pitching. RJ Menard will hit a double. Yes, a double to the left field, bringing up Hardin Long. And ball gets by. It's a passed ball. And Menard moves to third. And Long will walk, bringing up Tom Shu with runners at the corners. Full count. And popped straight in the air. The catcher comes out to the mound, and he will make the catch. 2 outs, runners in the corner still, and Barbados Slim strikes out. So Tristan Long there came in to relieve. But Willie Colon up to bat now, and that's into the gap, and that'll be he'll be getting to second base. Tokoyami is now the pitcher. And that one's deep to left field. That one is gone, and is a home run for Elliot Lefebvre. 2-run home run to bring the Scorpions up 6-0 over the Voyagers with 0 outs still. James Love, and he hits this one deep to right. That is back-to-back home runs for the Scorpions, who are really laying it on the Voyagers now here in this 8th inning. So Holden the Fart will now come up a bat, and this one's into the left center gap, and that will be a double for Holden the Fart. Still no outs, and 3 runs already in the inning, and a runner in scoring position. Ian Folman, that will be a double to left field. 1 more run will score. It is now 4 runs in the inning, and the Scorpions are now up 8-0 with no outs still. Joey Slothface is now pitching. Elliot Alderson strikes out, and we finally get an out here in the bottom of the 8th. And this one is grounded back to the pitcher, and Slothface will flip it over to Arm at first for the outs. 2 outs, man on second. And Folman flies out to left field and finally ends the inning. Now head to the top of the 9th with the Voyagers' last chance to get anything going here. And Grant Iridian will strike out. Tristan Long still pitching for the Scorpions. Eric Rivers now will strike out, and the Scorpions are now 1 out away from taking game 1 in a shutout. Dylan Hodge will strike out. Tristan Long strikes out the side in the top of the 9th to finish off the shutout. Scorpions take the series lead 1-0.
All right, what an amazing game that was for the Scorpions. 7-hit shutout over the Voyagers. 14 hits on the Scorpion side. Let's take a look at the batting here for New York. We do have multi-hit games here from RJ Menard and Shu. Over on the Death Valley side, a lot of great hitters, but the 2 we're going to focus on here are Lefebvre with 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and James Love with a run, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs. Looking at the pitching end for New York, Atsuko Rune takes their 3rd loss of the postseason. 1-3 now for Atsuko. Over on the other side for Death Valley, Vivi Zielman takes her 2nd win, 2-1 for Zielman. And Tristan Young, their first save of the postseason. Player of the game is Vivi Zielman. Zielman, 6.0 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 105 pitches. Wow, so pretty convincing first game there for DBS. Now I'm going to, we are going to allow the GMs a chance between each sim day to let us know if they have any changes to their lineups whatsoever. So I'm going to pull up the channel here. And looks like I do have a ping here from the Scorpions. And let's see what they say. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and advance a day, but let them see the stamina on their pitchers before we move on to the next game. Let me pull up Scorpions here. And we'll go over here to their pitching. And looking at their pitching, Urquidez Garcia is at 54%, slightly tired, and Zielman is at 0% exhausted. And it does look like we have some relief pitchers here, Sims and Leong, both 2/3 on their stamina meter. So let me check back over here at Discord. Okay, so it looks like DBS is good on theirs. We'll see if Voyagers have any changes. Give you about 30 more seconds, Voyagers, to ping me and let me know if you have anything you need to add. And while we're waiting on the Voyagers, let me go ahead and pull up now the info from the lovely stats team we have for the sim team. Before every sim day, they always give us information about the matches. And here's what we have tonight for the minor league World Series between the Kansas City Hepcats and the San Bernardino 66ers. Hepcats are making their 6th playoff appearance and first since 2038 when they last won a championship. They're something of an even year team, having won in 2038 and 2034. The 66ers are also in their 6th playoff appearance, though they have never won a championship. The Hepcats did not match up well against San Bernardino during the regular season, going 4-8. They're at a disadvantage starting the series on the road, where they are 22-32. The 66ers might be tired after playing in Game 7, having gone to the 12th inning in their 5-4 game to win the semifinals. Both catchers were named Series MVP for their respective clubs in the semifinals, with Ernie Witt of the Hepcats hitting .471 and adding a home run while driving in 5 and scoring 6. Meanwhile, Brentonathan Rememberwinkle of the 66ers hit 4 home runs, drove in 8, and scored 5 times while posting a .406 OBP. The last time these two teams played in the playoffs was 2037, and the 66ers won the semifinals in 5 games. The 66ers have also won a 5-game series in 2036 against the Hepcats. The last time Kansas City beat the 66ers in the playoffs was back in 2034 when the Hepcats beat the 66ers in the World Series in 7 games. In order for Kansas City to win, they'll need their lone southpaw, ace Mark Murley, I believe that's how he said it, Murley, to win against a heavy lefty lineup. In the playoffs, he's won 3 of his 4 starts, has a 3.86 ERA, and a scary 12-12 strikeout to walk ratio. In a close game, relief ace Chloe McCarthy might be the difference maker for the 66ers. Chloe broke the ERA record of 2.07, an impressive feat for the 4th-year reliever. She went 4 innings in Game 7 to secure the win. McCarthy is 1-0 with 1 save, with a 2.45 ERA and 7 1/3 innings this postseason. So a lot of interesting stats there for us. Hummus God, if you want to go ahead and join us, or any of the GMs in my channel, if you want to go ahead and join up into the voice chat, you're welcome to, and we'll get you in on the next game. Let me go back over here and check on the Voyagers, and no change from Big Unit Babs. All right, so Voyagers are good, Scorpions are good. Now, we are going to quick sim a couple of games, so we don't run a possible 14 games tonight and go for 4 hours or whatever. So let me look again. Enoch gave me some information about that. And, okay, so we're not going to show Game 2 of the majors, and we're going to do Game 3 of the minors. So, we'll go ahead and go back to the scores, and it looks like both of these games here today are going to be quick sims. And any thoughts from any of our GMs here as to how this Game 2 is going to go?
I'm fully expecting New York to make a comeback here.
All right, so New York Game 2. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with New York here. I think despite how good Urquides Garcia is and how hot they are right now, I think the stamina or the how the 54% looked a little bit dicey for me. So I think that I think New York has a chance to really put some runs on early here.
All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and give us a little drum roll here and give us a box score. Let's look at the pitchers real quick before we do that. Reginald Sievart, 3-0, 5.32 ERA versus Frederick Urquides Garcia, 2-1 with a 1.16 ERA. Death Valley leads the series 1-0. And here we go. Game number 2, and the result is the Voyagers win this one. And we'll go ahead and let AJ get the box score on this.
All right, so New York will take this one. 7-3 is the final, out hitting DVS 13-7. Looks like some early runs for the Voyagers helped put them into a lead early on, and they kept building on it. An RBI each on the side of Death Valley for Sim, Cologne, and Affert, and Cologne gets 2 hits on the day. On the side of New York, multi-hit games for Swerve, Rivers, Long, and Stevenson, with Shu getting 2 RBIs as well. Regnaleb Sievert gets their 4th win, going 7 innings and giving up only 2 runs, and will be your player of the game. Urquidez Garcia takes the loss, unable to get out of the 4th.
All right, so that does it for Game 2. The series is now tied at 1-1, and we're going to go ahead and move on over to the minors and quick sim this one. But before we do, let's take a look at the pitchers. We have Bart Murley, 3-0 with a 3.86 ERA versus Danny Sullivan, 1-1 and a 7.94 ERA. These teams have played before in the World Series, and we're going to see how it goes this time. Drum roll for game number 1. Here we go. And the winner of the minor league World Series Game 1 is the Hepcats, and we'll let Crazy Katie Cat read this box score.
So it's a total score of 7-4 for the Hepcats. It looks like we had some good games on the 66ers from Benny Rodriguez, who went 5 for 5 with an RBI, and Baden Bougie 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. But I'm sorry, I can't tell that name. The 4th hitter for Kansas City,
Caruso.
3 for 5 with Caruso, 3 for 5 with 4 RBI. That's a heck of a game.
Wow.
So let's see here. Bart Murley gets the win, 6 1/3, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and the save for Schmaltz, 2 2/3 innings save. Nice pitching out of the bullpen. Danny Sullivan takes the L, 4 2/3, 5 earned runs, and player of the game is Tommy Caruso.
Yeah, it looks like down here at the bottom, Benny Rodriguez ties the minors playoff game record for hits with 5. 5 hits in the game. Wow. That wasn't even extra innings. So let's take a look at that. Rodriguez, let's pull this back up here and go over here to San Bernardino's side. And Rodriguez, 5 for 5. So every single at-bat was a hit and only 1 run or RBI off of that. So looks like he was left on base quite a bit, but still a very impressive achievement for the postseason. So we'll go ahead and move back now to the next day. We're going to go ahead and sim ahead and check back over with our Discord here to see if any of the GMs have any changes they'd like for us to do. Let me pull that up, and we'll give them 90 seconds to let me know of any changes. And while we're doing that, any thoughts on Game 1 of the minors or Game 2 of the majors?
I think getting to Urquidez Garcia early was definitely the key for the Voyagers there. I was about to say that was going to be what they needed to do, and that's exactly what they need. That's exactly what they did. Especially with Tristan Leung pitching an inning plus in the previous game.
Yeah, definitely issue there pitching-wise. Speaking of pitching here, Scorpions have asked me to take a look at their stamina, and it looks like we had 0 for Urquidez Garcia and 28% for Zielman. So if Scorpions want to make a change, putting in one of their other starting pitchers or continue on, it's up to them. I do believe we have an extra day off. Let me take a look at that. I think there was, since that was Game 2, I believe that there is a day off for this one. Yes, there is. So we're going to check that again for you, Freck Nasty, in just a minute. As soon as we move on to the next sim day, we are going to quick sim Game 2 of the minors as well. And let me check over here. See if Big Unit Babs. No change for Big Unit Babs. A Schoolboy Shoe, no changes. All series for 66ers. And so now we're just waiting for Enoch. See if Enoch has any changes they'd like to make as well. Give Enoch about another 30 seconds here.
And looking at the matchup for Game 2 of the minors here, Kansas City really seems to have a lot of momentum. 8-1 so far this postseason. And with Kiwi Mace on the mound, who's got a decent ERA versus Robert Grimes, who's been struggling a little bit these playoffs, this might be another win for the Hepcats. Hepcats might be able to go up 2-0 here.
Yeah, especially sweeping my Dynamos 0-4. That was very heartbreaking. But, if there's one team that Dynamos have had an issue with this season, other than the 66ers, we've had issues with the 66ers for quite a few seasons. But Hepcats really played well this season against the Dynamos. They had 6-6 this season against them. So, it was basically a coin flip. But the difference being is that when the 66ers won big against us, it was usually on the offensive end. Putting up lots of runs. They had a couple of games where it was like 12-3, 11-4. So Hepcat's really good on the offensive side. So we'll have to see if this carries on for him here. I do not see any updates here from Enoch. So we're going to go ahead and sim game 2 here for the Miners. And in this one, we have Kiwi Mace 1-0 with a 2.51 ERA. Versus Robert Grimes, 0-2 with a 15.26 ERA. And game 2, here we go. Quick play, and we'll let Phillies fan get the box score on this one.
So the San Bernardino 66ers will beat the Hepcats 5-1, out hitting them 12-8 and with an error apiece. On the batting, let's see, we have 2 hit games from Miles Ahead and Jackie Daytona, and a 3-hit game from Four Straight on the San Bernardino side. And on the Kansas City side, a 3-hit game from Ernie Witt, and that is it. Then pitching, Grimes goes 4.2 innings with an earned run, and Branson, I don't know the first name on that one. Branson gets the win in relief with Thaddeus Branson, with McCarthy getting the save. And Kiwi Mace will get the loss on the Kansas City side, going 5.2 innings with 3 earned runs.
All right, and player of the game.
Player of the game. Yep. Player of the game was Four Straight for San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. And let's see how Four Straight did here. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Very nice. All right, so that finishes us off for this sim day. Let me just check and make sure again. We do have an off day for the majors. And so we're going to go back over here and advance a day. And now this brings us to game 3 of the majors. Series is tied at 1 apiece, and I'm going to pull back up the stamina now for the Scorpions so that they can take a look here. Arcadis Garcia right now is at 12% exhausted, and VV Zielman is at 60% slightly tired. So there you go, Frick Nasty. Let me pull back up my Discord and see if there are any changes for the Scorpions. Also, Miners, you do have a day off, so if you want to wait a day to give me your updates, you can. We will check on your staminas too if you need it. But taking a look at my Discord here, I don't see any changes left. We'll give them about another minute or so to respond before we go ahead and quick sim this game 3. After this game 3, we will go ahead and pretty much sim out the rest. I will need to check with Enoch again to see if we want to do a non-elimination game 4 for the majors. If we do, we can stream that one as well. Let's see here. Yes, VV Zielman, Person Man Frick Nasty is at 60%. And while we're ready to wait a response on that, Hummus God, if you're still out there, you're welcome to join us. Channel's open, and you're welcome to hop right into voice chat. We'd love to have you. And I'm not seeing any updates here from the Scorpions. Okay, Scorpions say they are good, so we'll go ahead and pull this back up here. Let's see here, Rocket Puppy 34. Thank you very much for following. We really appreciate it. And nothing from Big Unit Babs. Big Unit Babs, I'm giving you 10 more seconds to please respond. All right, so we're going to go ahead and quick sim game 3 here for the majors. And taking a look at our pitching matchups here, we have Vivi Zeilman, 2-1 now in the postseason, 4.60 ERA versus Kevin Choate, 2-2 with a 4.64 ERA. So very close in the ERA department here, and very close in the win-loss department. Series is tied, so this could be anybody's game here for Game 3. And we're going to give a drum roll here for Game 3, and we'll let AJ take the box score on this one.
And it's going to be Death Valley who takes the win here. They're going to take it 8-7. Close game over the Voyagers. Voyagers made a stab at it in the bottom of the 9th here. But the Scorpions are going to win it. Looking at the batting here, it looks like a 3-for-5 game for Tom Hsu with 2 RBIs in the losing effort for New York. But a 2-for-4 game for Willie Colon with 3 RBIs and a 2-for-5 game for the DH Ian Fullman with another 3 RBIs will help the Death Valley offense to a win over New York here. It looks like Tristan Lung is going to get the win in relief. 3.2 innings of relief pitching, giving up only 1 run. Herbie Farnworth gained their 2nd hold of the postseason. Justin Sims gained a save. And Fumikage Tokiyama will get the loss for New York in relief. Tom Hsu will be your player of the game, despite the Voyagers falling to the Scorpions here.
All right, so that finishes that game off, and we'll move back here to the scores and pull up for the Miners. Miners have a day off, so we're going to advance a day now and check back in on the Discord for all 4 teams. First, let me pull up the Scorpions stamina. They've been wanting to take a look at that. Arcadis Garcia is at 60%, slightly tired, and Zeilman is at 0% exhausted. So let me pull back up Discord, see if we have any updates here. We do have one from the Hepcats. Sure. And let's see here. So Enoch wants to take a look at the Hepcats stamina as well. So we'll pull that one up for them. And here's Hepcats. And starting off with Murley, 59%, slightly tired. Projected starter, the second one, Kiwi Mace at 26%, and Jack Brady is at 100% rested. So Brady is fully rested, and Enoch says that the Hepcats are good. Going back over here, I do have an update from the Voyagers, and they're asking me to remove Kevin Choate's pitch count, so we can take care of that for them. Pulling up Voyagers. Pitching, Kevin Choate, delete, enter. There we go. So Kevin Choate has no max pitches now. Any other settings, Big Unit Babs, you'd like me to check? And while I'm waiting on Babs' response, we'll take a look over here at Scorpion. Scorpion says they're good now. And so really all we have left are 66ers and Voyagers to see if they have any updates. Okay, so no other changes from Big Unit Babs, and now we're just waiting on Schoolboy Shu in Discord to let me know if there are any changes for 66ers. Give you about 15 more seconds, Shu. And while we're waiting on that, let me just check on this other thing over here real quick. Okay, so we are going to fully sim out game number 3 here with the Miners, and I do not see any updates from Shu. Let me look and see if Shu's talking in the regular Discord channel or the Twitch stream. Nothing there from Shu either. So I guess they're going to be good with the setup that they have, and we're going to move on to game 3. And this time we're going to rotate the streamers here in this one. We'll have Crazy Katy Cat take innings 1 through 3, Phileas Fan take 4 through 6, and AJ 7 through 9. So here we go, pulling up the Miners scores. And in this one, the 66ers, Dirk Diglett, 2-0 win-loss with a 3.80 ERA versus Jack Brady, 1-0 with a 4.22 ERA. Series is tied at 1 game each. And looking at our matchups here, we have only 2 for the Hepcats in batting and a tie. versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the 66ers. And 66ers had the advantage with Diglett having a 37 overall versus 28 overall for Jack Brady. And let me just make sure I didn't skip Shu out of anything here. No updates in Discord from Shu. So we're going to get started here with leadoff hitter Benny Rodriguez and Crazy Katie Cat will get us going.
All right. Looking forward to this one. All right. Benny Rodriguez will lead it off against Jack Brady. And he's going to put one right past the first baseman for a single into right field. Here's Bongo Luongo, and he's going to ground into a double play, unfortunately. Miles ahead. Little ground ball to second base. Easily thrown out, and that'll retire the side. We're going to have Roto Wash with a mustache leading off against Dirk Diglett. And he puts one up high and deep into left, and that's gone. 391 feet for Roto Wash with a mustache.
Out of the park.
W.E. Dem Boys comes in, and he puts a high fly ball into shallow left, and that's retired. There's Ernie Witt, and he's going to put a single back up the middle into center field. Tommy Caruso now. Another single right up the middle. And the runner's going to advance to third base. So runners on the corners for Junichi Kaneda. And he's going to fly out to right. Santana Cruz now. He's going to ground to the second baseman. He's going to throw it over to first. And that's the side retired. Jackie Daytona is going to walk. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He got hit by the pitch. And Baden Bougie will ground out to short. And Jonathan Rembever-Winkle puts a single into left. The runner advances to third. So runners at the corners for 4 straight. And he's going to single back up the middle, and the runner's going to score. And the runner from first advances to third. And Joshua Vanderbilt with a sac fly to center field, and the runner will score. Peter Pretzelman, little dribbler back to the pitcher, throws it over to first, no problem. All right, Chipper Slokening strikes out. Bryce Benz, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Vladimir Batista, he's going to hit the ball, shallow center, and that'll retire the side. Benny the Jet Rodriguez leads off the top of the third, and this guy's one that's just shallow left. Bongo Luongo, ground to second, quick out. Miles ahead, sharp ground ball to first baseman, and that's a quick inning. Roto Wash, a single into left. He's 2 for 2. We Dem Boys, a little pop fly to the second baseman. Ernie Witt now, he's going to single, back up the middle. Center fielder will toss to third. Nice job home the runner. A little fly out for Tommy Caruso. Runners don't advance. Junichi Kaneda now. Skies one into right, and that'll end the inning.
Jackie Daytona leading off, and he will ground to the shortstop, and the throw is in time. He is out for the first out of the inning. Baden Bougie now will draw the walk. Yep. Rembever-Winkle flies out to left field. And stolen base from Baden Bougie. She is out. So that will end the inning. So now we are over to Santana Cruz. High fly ball to center field, and the center fielder is under it for out number 1. Chipper Slokening, ground ball to the second baseman for out number 2. And Brian Benz, ground ball up the middle. That is through to the outfield. That is a single, which will bring us to Vladimir Batista, who will draw the walk. And now The Hepcats have something going here. With Rotowash with a mustache, ground ball to third base, flipped over to second base, and that will end the inning. So now we're back to the 66ers. 4 straight up again. And this one is popped up to the mound. The shortstop will come in and make the play. Out number 1, Joshua Vanderbilt will pop this one up out towards third base, and the catcher will get there in foul territory for out number 2. Peter Pretzelman will ground ball to the shortstop, and out number 3. 1-2-3 inning, which will bring us over to W.E. Dumb Boys, who ground ball up the middle. Second baseman has it, and that is out number 1. Ernie Whip. And to the second baseman again for out number 2. Tommy Caruso will come up and up the middle, and that is in for a single. Which now brings us to Junichi Kaneda. Will take strike 3, and that will end the inning. On to the 6th inning, and Benny Rodriguez, high fly ball to center field, who comes in and makes the catch for out number 1. Bongo Luongo, high fly ball to right field, and the right fielder makes the catch for number 2. Miles ahead, high fly ball back to center, and the center fielder will make it for out number 3. Back over to the Hepcats, we have Santana Cruz. Dirk Diglett still pitching, and it looks like it hit him. He is hit, and so that will be on the leadoff runner on first base. Chipper Slokening, ground ball to the third baseman. They get to second for 1, but Slokening, there will be no throw to first. Slokening, this will be safe at first. Brian Benz, ground ball to third, and this time they do turn the double play to end the inning.
Santa Bernardino will be looking to add some insurance runs on here in the top of the 7th. But it's going to be Jackie Daytona going down on strikes to lead them off. Baden Bougie, the right fielder, next up for the 66ers against Jack Brady. Grounder to second, thrown over to first. Easy ground out for We Dumb Boys. Brentonathan Rembeverwinkle will get a single into left field. And that'll be the first hit of this inning. 4 straight, center fielder up now with 2 outs. High fly ball into right field, and that's going to one hop off the wall. 4 straight is going to make it all the way to third. That's going to be... Oh no, he's going for the plate! Safe! Is safe? He's safe!
Wow.
4 straight with an inside the park home run.
Wow.
And the 66ers will add to their lead 2 runs. Rembeverwinkle scored on the inside the Parker. Vanderbilt goes down, but not before the 66ers score 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. Going to the bottom of the 7th, Hepcats looking to strike back, and Batista is going to get there to first base. Look like that's going to be credited as an infield single. Rotor Wash with a mustache with a base hit into center field. And now we got all the way from second base. Batista will score on the single by We Dumb Boys. First and second for Ernie Witt. Fly ball into left field, taken care of by Rodriguez. Chloe McCarthy coming in to pitch and will immediately walk Tommy Caruso. So now the bases are loaded for the DH, Junichi Kaneda. And that's going to get past the second baseman. This is going to potentially tie the game, and it will.
Wow.
We Dumb Boys is going to score and tie the game with crossing the plate there. 4-4 now in the bottom of the 7th. Cruz will ground into a fielder's choice there. They might have had a shot for a double play there, but not quite. And Slokening will ground into a fielder's choice as well. Cruz out at second. So the Kansas City Hepcats strike back for 3 runs on 4 hits here in the bottom of the 7th. Tie game 4-4 as we go to the top of the 8th. Peter Pretzelman in, and Jack Brady will chalk up his second strikeout on that at bat. Benny Rodriguez will ground out to the shortstop Batista. Bongo Luongo, grounder to the first baseman, and throws on to first. Jack Brady covering, and Brady is through 7 now, or through 8 actually. Brian Benz, high fly ball into left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 1 of the bottom of the 8th here. Batista will ground out to the pitcher. Echo Dot, who is now on the mound, just entered the game this inning. And Wash of the Mustache will go down on strikes. Game remains tied at 4 as we go to the top of the 9th now. Straight Gas Homie will be entering the game for the Kansas City Hepcats and will immediately get miles ahead to ground out to second. Jackie Daytona will follow suit, grounding out to the pitcher. And Bad and Bougie will get a base hit into right field just past the second baseman. That's going to be a single for Bougie, who is going to take off for second. Safe. Now we have stolen base credited to the right fielder for San Bernardino. Remember, Winkle will be intentionally walked, it looked like, to get to 4 straight, who is hot hitting right now. And that's going to be an infield single as the pitcher couldn't get to it. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Vanderbilt. Oh, struck out. Straight Gas Homie gets out of the jam. Game's still tied at 4. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. We might have to go into extra innings here unless Kansas City can walk it off here. Leading off with Weedham Boys, who grounds out to shortstop. Ernie Witt, the catcher, is up next. And that's strike 3 called. 2 outs, bases empty for Tommy Caruso. Base hit into left, though, off of Echo Dot. Caruso will be aboard with a single. Junichi Kaneda, high fly ball into center field. This could do it. And that's going to be caught by 4 straight, so that is going to mean we are going to extras here. And Crazy Katie Cat will take us through the 10th.
All right, this is a hype game here. Straight Gas Homie pitching to Peter Pretzelman, and Pretzelman's going to put it into shallow left for a single. It's Benny Rodriguez up, but a stolen base. Pretzelman is safe at second. And here we go. Benny Rodriguez. Oh, the runner stops at third on the single from Rodriguez. Runners on the corners for Bongo Luongo. He will strike out. Miles ahead now. Little dribbler to the shortstop. We're the first, and the runner scores. San Bernardino goes up 5-4. Here's Jackie Daytona with a runner on second. Single back up the middle. Is the runner going to go? He's going. He's safe. 6-4. Next up is Baden Bougie, and she will strike out. And that will end the inning mercifully for Kansas City. Santana Cruz stands in. This is their last chance. A little fly ball to center. Quick out. Chipper Slokening. Ground ball to the... Oh my goodness, an error.
Fumble bumble.
And the runner's on second base. Catch justice. Single in the left. And the runner will hold it third. And he's at the corners. Vladimir Bautista will ground into a double play, and that will do it.
Wow, what a game. 2 in the top of the 9th from San Bernardino here, and they're going to break the tie at the very end, winning this one in convincing fashion, 6-4, 23 hits total in this game. Taking a look at San Bernardino batting, a couple multi-hit games here from Rodriguez and Remember Winkle, but the big one here, 4 straight, 3 for 4 with a run scored and 3 RBIs. Over on the Kansas City side, 2 runs, 3 hits and an RBI from Rotor Wash with the Mustache, 2 hits from Witt, 3 from Caruso, 2 RBIs from Kaneda. Looking down at our pitching here for San Bernardino, no decision for Dirk Diglett. Chloe McCarthy gets their first blown save. Echo Dot, their first win of the postseason. And for Kansas City, Straight Gas Homie? Yeah, Straight Gas Homie gets their second loss of postseason, 1-2 for them. Player of the game is 4 straight. 4 straight got the player of the game just earlier, too, as well. So congratulations to the 66ers, going up now in this series 2-1. And that'll take us now to our Majors Full Sim game. And this is game 4 here for the Scorpions, who right now are up 2-1 in this series. We have Frederick Arcados Garcia, 2-2 with a 2.02 ERA, versus Etsuko Rune, 1-3 with a 5.16 ERA. I do see Hummus Scott here in chat. Hummus, do you want to do a prediction before we get started in this one? Hummus, we're streaming in that private server that I sent you the invite for. It shows you in the channel.
His internet's down.
So he's using his phone?
Yeah, they were predicting that it's going to be. Earlier he said midnight, but now apparently they're saying 1:15 a.m.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started here then with game number 4. Sorry, Hummus God, that's bad news. I hope it gets fixed as soon as possible. But this time we're going to have Phillies fan do games innings 1 through 3, AJ 4 through 6, and Katie Cat 7 through 9. So pulling up our lineup here. And again, it's 6-3 for the Voyagers in the hitting department, but Scorpions have the advantage here with Arcades Garcia 80 overall versus Atsuko's Rune 75 overall. Not too far apart, slight advantage here pitching wise, but definite advantage on the New York side for hitting. And we'll get started with Philly fan with Zhangwan Sim coming up first for the Scorpions. Oh, let me do something real quick before we do that. Let me just do a file save here just to make sure. I'd hate for my power to go out or something like that. And Sim up first with Phillies fan.
All right, so Atsuko Rune to Zhangwan Sim to start us off here. And that is a lead-off double down the left field line. And that brings up Andrew Aram, who puts this one out in the center field. That's caught, and Sims tags up, and he will get to third base. Man on third with one out for Willie Colon. This one's high into left field, probably too shallow to... Oh, I thought he was going to go there. But nope, he does not tag. Elliot Lefebvre will drop this one in front of the center fielder, and it is now 1-0 Scorpions. James Love, who already has a home run this series, will strike out, leaving Lefebvre on first. So now we go to the Voyagers with Joshua Stevenson leading off against Frederick Arcades Garcia. This one's up the middle, drops past the second baseman, and that is a single. RJ Bernard will ground to the third baseman, and they turn two. Bases are cleared once again. Harden Long will come up, and this was deep, lands before the warning track, but that's a double for Harden Long, bringing Tom Shu up now with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. And that will be a ground out to the second baseman to end the inning. Moving on to the second inning, Scorpions still up 1-0, holding the fart, and he will strike out, bringing up I Am Fullman. And that is a towering shot into center field, but it is straight in the air, and the center fielder gets under it for out number 2. Elliot Alderson, this one is not straight in the air. This one is gone. That is a home run for Elliot Alderson. And the Scorpions now have a run in the first 2 innings each, bringing it to 2-0. Stretch McGibbon will strike out to end the inning. So the Scorpions do get one there. And Barbados Slim will ground out to the second baseman. And Grant Iridian will strike out. That is Arcades Garcia's first strikeout of the day. Eric Rivers, that is a single up the middle. And so now with the man on first, Dylan Hodge out to right field, but Willie Colon doesn't move too far to get it. And that is the end of the innings. Now we move to the third inning with Zhangwan Sim, and who will strike out. Atsuko Rune now has 4 strikeouts in the day. And a high fly ball to left field for Orem, and that is second out. And Willie Colon, another high fly ball to left field, and Harden Long will hold on to that one. Kirk Swerve will hit one in the gap between first and second and get on with a single. Joshua Stevenson will fielder's choice to the shortstop. RJ Menard will fly out to left center field, bringing up Harden Long. And that diving catch by the center fielder to end the inning. And that will take us to the 4th inning? Yes.
Yep. Top of the 4th, and it's going to be Elliot Lefebvre leading off for the Death Valley Scorpions against Rune. Shu's going to take that one unassisted. That'll be the first out of the top of the 4th here. James Love going to fly out to the left fielder long. And Affert going to ground out to the second baseman. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Atsuko Arun. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, New York looking to put some runs on the board here. High pop fly taken care of by the shortstop will retire Shu. And Barbados Slim will be grounded out to the shortstop. Urquidez Garcia still on the mound. And that's a base hit into right field for Grant Iridian. Eric Rivers will follow suit with the exact same placed single. And now runners will be at the corners with 2 outs for Dylan Hodge. That's going to be a home run. Dylan Hodge with one swing of the bat will take Urquidez Garcia deep and
Out
put
of
the
the park.
Voyagers on top here in the 4th. 3-2 is the score now after that home run by Hodge. Swerve will ground out to short to end the inning, but the damage has been done. We're going to the top of the 5th now. Death Valley hoping to strike back and tie this game up at the very least. Fulman, the DH, will go down on strikes against Rune. Alderson, that's going to be a base hit into left field. And that will be a double as it bounces off of the wall. Stretch McGibbon, the third baseman, is going to go down swinging. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the top of the order. It's Sim for the Death Valley Scorpions. And Shu is going to take that one himself. And New York will remain ahead in this one 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th now.
Rick Sanders, Sim Sports, thank you for the follow.
It's going to be Remy Ratatouille, the new pitcher for the Scorpions. Joshua Stevenson up to bat. He will ground out quickly. RJ Menard will follow suit, grounding out to the second baseman. Long, the left fielder, will take the free pass to first base. Ball 4. Tom Shu, the runner on first and 2 outs. That one is a no-doubter. Tom Shu has gone deep 5 times this postseason, and it will be his first tonight.
Out of the park.
5-2 Voyagers as Tom Shu adds to their lead. The lead is now 3 runs over the Scorpions, and Barbados Slim might follow suit. He will! Barbados Slim goes back-to-back after Tom Shu took one out of the park. Barbados Slim will follow suit. Voyagers are now up 6-2, 4-run lead for New York as Stephanie Morgan enters the game, and Grant Iridian will welcome Morgan in with a base hit into center. Iridian going for second. Throw is off the mark, and he will be safe at second with a stolen base. Eric Rivers, high fly ball into center field. The center fielder barely moving for that one. Affert going to take care of that one. 6-2, the score still as we go to the top of the 6th. And Orem will fly out to the left fielder Long to start off the top of the 6th here. Willie Colon will fly out as well. This one to the center fielder, RJ Menard. Elliot Lefevre. With another fly ball. Who's going to get this one? And it's going to be the left fielder. Left fielder Long. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Voyagers at the plate. And, the Scorpions at the plate. Voyagers will lead off with 2 quick groundouts by Hodge and Swerve. Stevenson will... a sliding catch by the right fielder Cologne will help the Scorpions limit any damage there. 1-2-3 inning for him as we go to the top of the 7th. Crazy Katie Cat taking us away.
And James Love will start out the 7th with a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Suko Rune still in there. Holden Fart will also strike out. Here's Ian Fulman. A shallow fly ball to right, and that'll retire the side. RJ Menard now standing in against Stephanie Morgan. Puts it right into the right fielder's glove, no problem. And Hardin Long with a single left. Tom Shu is in now, and that's going to be a pass ball. Or on second. Shu grounds out to second baseman, but advances the runner. 2 outs now for Barbados Slim, and he will strike out. New York up 6-2 here in the 8th. Pitching now is Max Miller, and Elliot Elliot Alderson, will ground out. Stretch McGibbon will strike out. And Zhangzuan Sim will put a shallow fly ball into left. And that will retire the side. Grant Iridian, he puts a ball high into left, but not very deep. Eric Rivers now. It's a single back up the middle into center field. Here's Dylan Hodge. And he gets hit by a pitch. That's interesting, given that he homered. It's Kirk Swerve, and he's going to ground out to first to end inning. So it's top of the ninth. Andrew Arum, fly ball to center, left center. Center field is going to grab it. Willie Colon strikes out. Here's Elliot Lefebvre, and he strikes out. That'll do it. New York Voyagers win.
I believe that ties us up here now. 2-2. Yep, 2-2 tie now. Moving on to Game 5 coming up. Taking a look at our stats here for this matchup, we have the Voyagers 6-2, 12 hits to 4, only 4 hits for the Scorpions. Atsuko Rune having a great outing at starting pitcher tonight. Death Valley, let's take a look at their batting, see if they had any multi-hits. They did. Elliot Alderson with the run, 2 hits and an RBI. Over on the New York side, we should have some great ones here. Multi-hit games from Hardin Long, Grant Iridian, 3 hits from Eric Rivers, and 3 RBIs from Hodge. Down on the pitching end for Death Valley, Arcadis Garcia, 2-3 now, getting their 3rd loss. And over on the other end, Atsuko Rune getting their 2nd win, 2-3 for Atsuko Rune. Player of the game is Atsuko Rune. Atsuko Rune, 7.0 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 95 pitches. So, wow. Tie game here, 2-1 up for the 66ers and the Miners. We're going to go ahead and finish today off. Let me just make sure I was correct on that. Yep, we'll go ahead and move on to the next day. And we do have, I believe, games for both series here. We do. So I know all the teams are going to want to take a look at their stamina. So we're going to take just a minute here and take a look at that for them. Voyagers first off, Sevart is up, and Sevart is at 100% rested. Choate is at 28% exhausted, and Atsuko Rune is 0% exhausted. Moving on now to the Scorpions. Arcadis Garcia is at 0% exhausted, and Vivi Zielman, who should be up, is at 12% exhausted. So Scorpions might want to make a pitching change here. We're going to move down now to the Miners and take a look at the Hepcats and the 66ers. We'll do Hepcats first. And Murley, who's supposed to be up, is 100% rested. Kiwi Mace is 58% slightly tired. And Jack Brady is 1% exhausted. Moving on now to the 66ers. Let's see here. Pitching-wise for them, Dirk Diglett, who just played, 0% exhausted. Danny Sullivan, who's up, is at 99% rested. And Grimes is at 58% slightly tired. So there's all the information for the GMs on your pitching stamina. I'm going to pull up my Discord here and take a look to see if we have any updates from our GMs. First of all, Scorpions here. Persiman says they will be making a pitching change. Yes, I did move forward today. We pulled back up the scores here. So you can see we are on Game 4 here. Okay, so who would you like, Persiman, for Game 5? And while I'm coming back to Persiman, Voiders have a request. Turn off all starting pitcher pitch counts. You got it. So we'll pull that back up and go over here to the Voyagers and remove all pitching counts. Erase and then hit enter, and then erase and then hit enter. So now they all have no pitching count whatsoever. And looking back at Scorpions, can they see stamina again? Absolutely. So we'll pull up Scorpion stamina. and Arcadius Garcia is at 0%. Vimy Zielman, who's scheduled to start, is at 12%. As far as the other pitchers, I think it's what, Tristan Long and who's the other one? Shane Green, maybe? I'm not sure. We'll take a look though, see which one they were. Green and Sims. All right, let's take a look at Green and Sims. Here's Sims. Sims is at 25% exhausted for a starting pitcher, and Green is at 58% slightly tired. So it looks like Green is the most rested for starting pitcher rest status. And while Person Man responds to that, we do have something here from the Hepcats. Let me pull up the Hepcats and see what they say. Hepcat says they are good. All right. So we'll go back to Scorpions. And so they want Green in. Do you want me to put in the starting pitcher into the bullpen or add it to a 3-person lineup? Whoops. Make a 3-person lineup and do it that way. Three-man. All right, so we're going to switch this to 3-man. There we go, and we'll pull Green over and set Green as a starter. There you go. So starter is now Green. I still have not heard anything at all from the 66ers throughout this whole stream as far as any changes they want. I've given Schoolboy Shoe and Leatherneck Mike plenty of time to try and then VV after Green, Fug last. Okay, so
You could probably just switch Urquidez and VV.
all right. So yep, that should rotate through correctly now. There we go for the Scorpions. So Hepcats are good. No other changes it looks like from the Voyagers. Scorpions, 66ers. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds. Let me know if you have any other changes or anything else you'd like to take a look at, and then we'll move on to the next Sims. So while we're waiting on that, any thoughts from UGMs as how things are going so far?
This will be interesting seeing Shane Green come out of the bullpen for Death Valley. To spot start a game. I mean, I agree with the decision when both of your starters are that gassed, but it'll be interesting to see how he does in that starting role because Shane Green has had a phenomenal year, and we'll see if he can continue that into a starting spot here in the postseason.
All right. Well, I don't have any other updates from any of the GMs, so we're going to go ahead and move on here. I gave you all plenty of time to get your updates in, and so we're going to start now. And this time we did the minors first last sim day, so we're going to do the majors first this time. And so now with the series tied at 2, Death Valley putting in Shane Green from the bullpen, as we mentioned previously, 0-0 with a 5.11 ERA. Versus Reginald Sievart with a 4-0 record. Wow, Sievart has been doing great for the Voiders in the postseason. 4.70 ERA. Just to take one last look over here, Discord, any stragglers? Nope. And so we're going to move on here. And let's see here. Who did we have first last time? Was it Philly Fan?
Yeah, I went first last time.
Okay, so then it's going to be Crazy Katie Cat going first now with Philly Fan second and AJ third. So we're going to get started here, taking a look at our lineups. And we have again, oh wow, it's 5-4 this time. So it looks like a slight advantage here, at least moving upwards for Death Valley, getting an extra batter here. But Voiders taking the advantage this time. Sievart is 80 versus 74 for Shane Green. So Green's got his work cut out for him. And again, we're going to start off with Sim to start off this one. And here we go. Oh, let me save game real quick before we do that. There we are. And off we go.
All right. Zhang Xuan Sim will lead off against Reginald Seabart. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Quickly retired. Andrew Aram swinging a miss, strike 3. And they'll toss it around the infield for a while. Willie Colon now, swinging a miss, strike 3. Shane Green pitching to Grant Iridian, and he will strike out. Joshua Stevenson, low ground ball to the first baseman, throws over to the pitcher covering, and not in time. And Stevenson now stealing second. Jay Menard strikes out looking. Tom Shue is going to put one into left center field, but it's way high up in the air, so it's easily caught. A walk now for Elliot Lefebvre, and James Love will strike out. Holding a fart now. Runner on first. Puts one into center field. That'll be easily caught. In Pullman. And he puts one past the center fielder. It's going all the way to the wall. The runner is going to hold. No, the runner's going. Oh my goodness. The runner scores. But Pullman is thrown out at third base.
Wow.
Barbados Slim. Little pop up to the shortstop. Hard and long now. Sounded good, but it's not really going anywhere. Dies in the right center field gap. Eric Rivers will strike out to end the inning. Here's Elliot Alderson. Puts it on the ground to third base, and he's quickly retired. Stretch McGibbon, swinging a miss, strike 3. John Shin is going to put it on the ground. He's going to go all the way to the wall. He's going for extra bases. Slides into second safely. Andrew Arum. It'll fly the ball left, and that'll be easily caught by the left fielder. Dylan Hodge now. Little pop fly to second baseman, handles it in right field. Kirk Swerve puts a charge into one, but it's just high, not deep. And Grant Iridian puts one into the gap. It's going all the way to the wall, and he's going to slide into second safely. Joshua Stevenson with a runner on second, and he puts a charge into one, and that's another double. That's an RBI double for Stevenson. RJ Bernard. Little line out to the left fielder. And I'll pass it on now.
And Willie Colon puts one deep into the left center field gap. No, and it is over the wall. Lead off home run to start the inning for Willie Colon to take the lead back for the Death Valley Scorpions. Elliot Lefebvre will strike out. That is Savart's 4th strikeout of the game. James Love will come to the plate with 1 out, and that is a line out to the second baseman, Stevenson, and Holden the Fart will ground out to Iridian at short to end the inning. Tom Shue will lead us off for New York in the bottom of the 4th, and he will pop out to foul territory. And Barbados Slim will get a double down the left field line, and which will bring up Hard and Long. Hard and Long ground. Oh, and Zenwan Sim bobbles it at short. That will be an error. And now Hard and Long will steal second. Eric Rivers now, with a man on second and third, will strike out Dylan Hodge. And it's a pass ball, wild pitch. I think it was a wild pitch. Run scores. And Dylan Hodge is now called out on a check swing. And that will end the inning, but New York ties it up, stranding a guy on third. Ian Fullman will fly out. And now Elliot Alderson in the right center field gap will hit a double. Stretch McGibbon will come up, and he will draw the walk. Now a guy on first and second for Zenwan Sim, who strikes out. So 2 outs, man on first and second, and Andrew Arm grounds out to Iridian at short to end the inning. Kirk Swerve will step up to the plate, and he will loop one in front of the left fielder for a single. Grant Iridian will ground out to Zhengwen Sim, who only gets the lead runner, so that is a fielder's choice. And Iridian will steal second. So Joshua steal. Oh, and Iridian steals third. So now with one out and a drop, strike 3. So that is a strikeout and thrown out at first, and then Menard will strike out as well, which will end the inning. Still tied at 2 apiece going into the 6th. Willie Colon back up the middle, but the second baseman gets it, but he beats the throw. Elliot Lefebvre tried to check his swing, but the appeal said strike 3. And James Love, that is deep in the right center field, and it is gone. That is a 446-foot home run to give the Scorpions a 2-run lead here in the 6th inning. Bonafart, and that will fly out, and the shortstop will get it out in left field. Ian Fullman will put it past the shortstop into left field for a single. Elliot Alderson will back up the middle, and the shortstop gets it, but he's not able to make a play. So man on first and second for Stretch McGibbon, who strikes out to end the top of the 6th inning. Tom Shue will fly out into center field for the first out. Barbados Slim now, and that one loops in front of the center fielder, and it's a single. Harden Long with a man on first and 1 out. And this will be a high fly ball to center field, and that is out number 2. Eric Rivers now trying to keep the inning alive. And this one is a high fly ball in the right center field gap, but the center fielder gets there to end the inning, and we'll pass it on to AJ.
Thank you very much, Phillies fan. Top of the 7th here. DVS looking to add on to this 2-run lead. Tokuyami entered the game last inning and will walk Sim to lead this inning off. Or will ground into a fielder's choice. Second baseman did not throw on to first. Willie Colon will take a free pass as well. First and second now for Lefebvre, who will pop out to the shortstop, Iridian. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Love. And that's going to be a diving catch. Hodge took care of that with a diving play. Excellent job by the right fielder for New York. And he's immediately going to grab his batting gloves and step into the box here. And that one all the way to the wall. Hodge with a double after the diving catch. Kirk Swerve now up with a runner in scoring position and no one out. But Lung will strike him out for the first out of the inning. Grant Iridian will go down on strikes as well, and Joshua Stevenson will be up to bat with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, and he will bring Hodge around to score with at least a double, going for 3. Safe at third is Stevenson. Thought maybe they had a chance of getting him there, but that would be ruled a triple. But Menard will ground out to end the inning. Voyagers will get 1 to put them within 1 of the Scorpions here as Brent Lemieux enters the game. Holding the fart, it will ground out to shortstop. Ian Fullman will ground it right to the first baseman. We have 3 unassisted for all you keeping score at home. Elliot Alderson will get a base hit, so 2 outs. Scorpions have a base runner. But McGibbon will quickly ground to second to end the threat. As we go to the bottom of the 8th here, Voyagers down by 1, and Tom Shue will lead this half inning off with a walk. Barbados Slim will go down on the strikeout, and Harden Long will take the free pass off of Tristan Long to make it first and second with 1 out for Eric Rivers. Remy Ratatouille enters the game, and a diving catch by Afford. Great defense by the Scorpions there. Hodge watches that. It's a wild pitch and will advance the runners to second and third, but a strikeout by Remy Ratatouille will keep the DVS crew from giving up any runs there in the bottom of the 8th. Quick strikeout in the top of the 9th here, and Orem will follow it up in kind. Sim and Orem go down back-to-back, and Joey Slothface enters the game for New York. Willie Colon will strike out, so Slothface comes in and takes down one batter, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. Will Voyagers walk it off, or will Death Valley Scorpions take the series lead? Kirk Swerve with a high fly ball in right field. That one's gone. 3-2 in the series. Voyagers will take the series lead
Out of the
on
park.
a walk-off solo shot by Kirk Swerve, 385 feet. Oh wait, no, it wasn't walk-off. I'm sorry. This is a tie game. They tied it up. My fault. Grant Iridian will fly out. Stevenson goes down and strikes. Tie ball game. My mistake. I was so excited about the series being tied up that I forgot that the game is still a thing. RJ Menard will take a free pass to first. Goes to second. Safe with a stolen base. Tom Shue with a runner in scoring position. High fly ball into left field. And it's caught. So the Voyagers will not walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. We are going to extras here. Death Valley will be up next with Crazy Katy Cat.
Lots of drama here. Elliot Lefebvre is going to take a walk. Joey Slothface pitching. It's James Love. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. Holding the fire. Little fly ball into left. That's easily caught. Ian Feldman puts one just into the outfield on the right side. The second baseman will make the catch. Bottom of the 10th. Stephanie Morgan strikes Barbados Slim out. There's Hardin Long. Grounder to shortstop, and he's quickly retired. Eric Rivers, he's hit by a pitch, so he's going to first. Dylan Hodge now up. Stolen base attempt, and he's safe. And Dylan Hodge will strike out.
Lead off the 11th, Elliot Alderson here. And that is a ground ball to Eric Rivers for out number 1. Stretch McGibbon steps to the plate. And he will strike out to Joey Softface. And Zhengwen Sim. Check swing, but he went. That is out number 3. So Joey Softface gets to the side. Kirk Swerve into left field for a single. With Stephanie Morgan pitching. Pickoff attempt, and he's out. He's picked off first. And that is Grant Iridian flying into left field. And Joshua Stevenson now with 2 outs. And he will strike out to end the inning.
Wow. Top of the 12th. Joey Slothface back on the mound. Andrew Oram will get on board with a single here for Death Valley. Willie Colon with the runner on first and no outs will strike out. Elliot Lefebvre, high fly ball into center field. This one has a chance all the way back to the warning track. Is Menard, and he makes the grab. And that will be a wild pitch as Oram will take second.
Bumble.
James Love with the runner in scoring position. 2 outs will go down on strikes. So the Voyagers now have a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 12th. This one's going for a while. It's going to be the heart of the order here. Menard, Shue, and Slim due up. Menard will get that past the first baseman. That's going to be a leadoff double as he's safe at second. Cologne couldn't get to it in time, and Menard in scoring position with no outs. Shue will advance him along with the ground out, and it comes down to Barbados Slim. That's going to get past the second baseman. Now the Voyagers are going to walk it off, and they'll take a 3-2 lead in the series on the RBI walk-off single by Barbados Slim. 5-4 the total, and this one going 12 innings.
Wow, what a game, everybody! That was crazy. 12 innings. Haven't had a
great aggressive base running from Menard.
Absolutely. Haven't had a great extra innings World Series game in a couple seasons now, I think. So that was really exciting to watch. Hope everybody enjoyed that one. We're going to take a look at the box scores here. 5-4 was the score, 12 hits to 10. So a real hitter's paradise here with 22 hits total. Taking a look at our batting here for Death Valley, we had 2 runs, 2 hits, and an RBI for Cologne. 2 RBIs for Love. 2 hits and an RBI for Fullman. And 3 hits for Elliot Alderson. Over on the New York side, we have 3 hits and 2 RBIs from Stevenson. 3 hits and an RBI for Barbados Slim, who had the walk-off there, and a run, 3 hits and an RBI for Kirk Swerve. Looking down at our pitching, oh my goodness. These teams are going to be tired the rest of this series. Look at that. Wow. Both teams using up a good portion of their bullpens here, just in this one. Death Valley, Green, no decision. Herbie Farnworth getting a hold. Leong the hold. And Ratatouille, the blown save. And Johnson getting their first loss of the postseason, 0-1. Over on the New York side, Seavart, no decision, with Washington getting their first win, 1-0 for Washington. Player of the game is Kirk Swerve. Kirk Swerve was 1 home run away from hitting the cycle there. Did get a single, so he got 2 singles, but no home run to complete the cycle, but very close. And so that'll finish us off for that Majors game, with New York taking the lead now in the series, 3-2. We're going to move down now to the minors. And another exciting game here coming up, 2-1 lead with San Bernardino in this one, 66ers over the Hepcats. Looking at our pitching here for San Bernardino, Danny Sullivan, 1-2 with the 8.44 ERA versus Bart Murley, 4-0 with a 4.25 ERA. Murley doing great in the postseason for Kansas City. San Bernardino leads the series 2-1, and I believe this time it's going to be AJ up first. So we'll have AJ, Crazy Katy Cat, and Phillies fan in that order for this game. Pulling up the matchups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for San Bernardino, 2 for Kansas City batting wise, and a tie. And San Bernardino taking the advantage here, 35 overall for Sullivan versus 33 overall for Murley. Just a slight lead here for San Bernardino, but Murley's been having a great postseason so far. So this will be really exciting to see how this one goes. And we're going to start off with AJ Benny Rodriguez being our leadoff batter. Let me just make sure to save here real quick. And off we go.
Thank you, LBG. San Bernardino leading the series 2-1, and they'll be able to potentially strike first here in the top of the first against the Kansas City Hepcats. Bart Murley on the mound, and he will immediately get Benny Rodriguez to ground out to the shortstop. Bongo Lulongo goes down on strikes, and miles ahead the DH is due up here. And that's a fly ball into right field, fairly routine, taken care of easily by Brian Benz. If we go to the bottom of the first here, Kansas City getting their first look at it. Rotor Wash with a mustache, the leadoff hitter. Grounder to second, over to first, and that is out number 1. We Done Boys will fly out to right field, taken care of by the right fielder Bougie. Ernie Witt will get on board with a single. Runner on first with 2 outs for the center fielder Tommy Caruso, who goes down on strikes. Go to the top of the second now, 66ers back up. Baton Bougie, high fly ball into left field, but not quite enough juice on that. Jackie Daytona will go down on strikes looking. 4 straight, the center fielder will get a base hit into center field. And with 2 outs and a runner on first base, it's Brentonathan Rembeverwinkle, the catcher, who will move straight along all the way to third base. Now, there's a throw there, but not quite in time. Peter Pretzelman with a base hit, another throw to third, and that's going to be safe. So Pretzelman brings home 1 with a single. Runners at the corners with 2 away for Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt will go down on strikes, but not before the 66ers score for the first time this game. 1-0 is the score. So Kansas City Hepcats will lead off with Junichi Kaneda getting a base hit into right field. Santana Cruz, will throw. The catcher will throw on to second to get Kaneda, but Cruz will steal second anyhow. And Slokening will ground out. So runner on third with 2 outs. Brian Benz will fly out to the center fielder. Score remains 1-0 in the favor of the 66ers. Top of the third and the top of the order for San Bernardino, as Benny the Jet Rodriguez will get there safely to first with an infield hit and will take off for second, beating the throw. Stolen base for Rodriguez. Bongo Lulongo will take ball 4 and walk on down to first base. Miles ahead with runners on first and second and no outs. Over to second for 1, back over to first. safe, so that will be credited as a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with 1 away, and Bougie will get hit by the slider. Bark Murley hitting the batter with the pitch, and Daytona will pop out. Cruz taking care of that one. Bases loaded, 2 outs for 4 straight, and that will be a routine fly ball to left to end the top of the 3rd here. Bark Murley getting out of the jam with no damage here in the top of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd, Vladimir Batista will get base hit to lead it off. And it's the top of the order for the Hepcats with a runner on first and no one away. Wash with a mustache will go down on strikes. Circle change, dealing the killing blow. Weedham Boys is going to watch as Batista steals second base. And Boys will get a base hit, bringing Batista home. That will be a single for Weedham Boys, the second baseman for the Hepcats. Runner on first. Oh, he started to go.
Bumble,
Catcher
bumble.
fumbled it and made it to second there. Ernie Witt will ground out to shortstop, and Tommy Caruso will go down on strikes, though, so Kansas City's score will be limited to 1 run as we go to Crazy Katie Cat for the top of the 4th.
Bark Murley pitching to Brent Jonathan and Beverwinkle, and a fly ball to left. That's easily retired. Peter Pretzelman stands in. He's going to put one back up the middle in center field for a single. Here's Joshua Vanderbilt. Pretzelman's going to steal second. He looked way out in front of that. He got caught. It looked like he was safe.
Yep, it did.
And Vanderbilt grounds out to first. And a strikeout for Janichi Kaneda. A ground ball to second base for Santana Cruz. Here's Chipper Sloganing. He's going to put one through the 5.5 hole into left. That's a single. And Brian Benz is going to ground out to the first baseman in the inning. And Benny Rodriguez is going to strike out looking. Bongo Luongo now. He gets a walk. Miles ahead stands in. And Bongo is going to get thrown out stealing. And that's a walk for Miles ahead. Ben Bougie, little dribbler to the shortstop. Real slow, but they beat the runner to second. Here's Vladimir Batista, and he's going to single it just in front of the right fielder. Runner wash with the mustache. Grounder to short, and they will turn to Weedham Boys. Puts one just past the shortstop into center for a single. And he went now. Weedham Boys gets thrown out stealing. Lots of cut stealing today.
And Beverwinkle on fire.
Yeah. Jackie Daytona now. It's a shallow center field fly ball. And that one is going into the gap. It's deep. It's out of here for 4 straight.
Out of the park.
That's a 427-foot home run. With San Bernardino on top. And Brent Jonathan and Beverwinkle will strike out looking. Peter Pretzelman is going to stand in now. And he's going to ground out to third. And that'll do it. I'll pass it on.
I'm still half inning.
Oh, my mistake. All right. Danny Sullivan is still dealing. And he will walk Tommy Caruso. And a ground ball to the third baseman. And they will get 1 at second. So runners on the corners now. Santana Cruz. A little pop fly on the infield. Second baseman will handle it. Chipper Sloganing. And that is a pass ball.
Bumble,
Runner will
bumble.
score. Sloganing now pops up to the shortstop in shallow left. And now I will pass it on.
All right, so we'll be starting with Vanderbilt here for the 66ers. And Maverick Smoltz, and that will be a ground out to the first baseman. And Benny Rodriguez will fly ball into center field for out number 2. And Bongo Luongo that's a single into right field. So with one on, Bongo Luongo steals second, and he should be safe. Yep. And this is a single up the middle, and Bongo Luongo coming to the plate, and he is safe. And Miles ahead with an RBI double, or single advancing on the throw. And Bad and Bougie will fly out to right field. But the 66ers do get one here to break the tie. So now we will be going to Ryan Benz here in the bottom of the 7th, and he will check his swing, but he is called out. Vladimir Bautista also strikes out, so that's 2 strikeouts for Bill the Hill, who comes on in relief here. And Rotorwath with a mustache. Ooh, sliding catch by the center fielder, and he continues to slide back to the dugout. All right, so Jackie Daytona now. And he will pop up to the third baseman. Forrest Straight, who made that awesome diving catch, will put this one down the right field line. This should be a double. Maybe going for 3. Yes, he is going for 3. The throw is well behind him. He is in there for a triple. So now with a man on third, ground ball for Rumbeverwinkle. And so now 2 outs with a man on third and strike out for Pretzelman. Maverick Smoltz escapes the triple. So Weedham Boys will come up to the plate now. And he will put this into right field off of Chloe McCarthy, who comes in on relief. Comes in relief. So that's a single. And Ernie Witt will ground out to the second baseman, but Dumbois moves to second, and that is a wild pitch with Dumbois to third. Now with 1 out, Caruso will walk. So that brings us to Junichi Kaneda, who puts this one out into right field. This should be deep enough for a tag. The throw comes in, and the throw is in time, and they get him at home to end the inning. The 66ers are putting on some great defense here to keep their 1-run lead. Vanderbilt will ground out to the first baseman, who instead of taking the 2 steps will flip it over to the pitcher. And Benny Rodriguez will put this one up the middle for a single. Bongo Luongo. Benny Rodriguez will steal second. Bongo Luongo now will diving catch by the center fielder, Caruso. Miles ahead will ground out to the second baseman. That will bring us to the bottom of the 9th now. This is the last chance for Kansas City here in this game. Santana Cruz will strike out. 2 outs now. Or 2 outs to work with. Slokening will strike out. Now it is 2 outs, which will bring us to Brian Benz as the last hope. Pinch hitting is Tex Justice. And high fly to right field and a couple steps in front of the warning track. Bad and Bougie will make the catch, and San Bernardino wins the game, bringing them to 3-1 now on the series.
Wow. Go ahead.
It's 3-1 in the series. Yep. So the score. I thought it was 3-2.
Yeah, 3-1. But yeah, what an exciting game here. San Bernardino winning their, the last 2 games here after Kansas City took game 2. So 66ers trying to close it out here now, winning 3-2 in this one. 10 hits to 9. Looking at our batting here for San Bernardino, we have 2 hits for Rodriguez, and 2 runs, 3 hits, and an RBI for Forrest Straight. 2 hits for Pretzelman. Over on the Kansas City side, 3 hits and an RBI for Weedham Boys. A run and 2 hits for Ernie Witt, and run and 2 hits for Batista as well. On the pitching end for San Bernardino, Sullivan, no decision. Bill Hill getting their first win of the postseason and their first blown save, and Chloe McCarthy getting their 3rd save. Over on the other side for Kansas City, really no decision, and Smoltz taking their first loss, going 3 innings and taking the loss here now 1-1 on the season. Forrest Straight is your player of the game. So again, Forrest Straight, 3 games in a row. Forrest Straight has gotten the MVP. Congratulations to Forrest Straight, doing an amazing job here for San Bernardino. So that'll move us on now to our next sim day. Both games here for today are completed. and we'll go ahead and fast forward to the next day. No games for the majors, so we'll come down here to the minors, and I will take a look at the stamina for both minors teams, so they get to take a look at if they want to make any changes or not. Starting off with the Hepcats, we'll start with the projected pitcher Kiwi Mace. Mace is at 100% rested. Brady is at 26% exhausted, and Murley is at 0% exhausted. Moving on now to the 66ers. 66ers pitching. Projected starter Grimes is at 100% rested. Diglett is at 25% exhausted, and Sullivan is at 0%. So both starting pitchers for both teams are at 100% here and ready to go. I'm going to come over here and take a look at the Discord to see if there is anything from the minors teams, and I do see one here from the Hepcats. For Game 5 versus left-handed pitchers, please move Slokening to 5th, Kaneda to 6th, and Cruz down to 7th. Alright, so let's pull that up here and we'll take a look. And this is versus left-handed pitchers for the Hepcats. And lineups versus left-handed pitching. And so we had Slokening, Kaneda, and Cruz. So this was at 5th for Slokening. So we'll move that. And then Kaneda down to 6th. Oops, there we go. Slokening, Kaneda, and Cruz at 7th. So there you go, Kansas City. Any other changes you'd like for me to do? And also 66ers, I'll give you both about a minute. See if there's anything else you'd like to change. Enoch's typing something here, so we'll see if we have another update for him. And Enoch's saying they are good, and we'll just wait on Schoolboy Shoe to see if they have any changes. Let me go ahead and just save this game here. And wow, what a series so far, everybody. 3-2 now. San Bernardino leading, and over on the major side, 3-2 in New York's favor. New York with the amazing postseason so far against the Sloths and the Aviators, able to beat both teams to move to the big dance. And co-host GMs, what are your thoughts so far on the series?
Shu is on the verge of World Series in the majors and the minors. So that's incredible.
Right. Was this like number 5 now that they've been in? So maybe the 5th time's the charm. And it looks like here in Discord, Shu is good on any changes. So Hepcats are good, 66ers are good, and if I believe there was no majors game today. And we'll check major stamina tomorrow for the Voyagers and Scorpions game 6. But we're going to go ahead and get started now with Game 5 of the minors, and right now San Bernardino again leading 3-1. Taking a look at our pitching, Robert Grimes is 0-2 with a 10.22 ERA, and Kiwi Wace for Kansas City is 1-1 with a 3.15 ERA. Pulling up our matchups here, it looks like 66ers got an advantage here with that changes from the Hepcats. 66ers now with 7, only 1 for the Hepcats for Ernie Witt, and a tie down here for Ryan Benz. And on the pitching end, 66ers also get the advantage with Grimes. Grimes, who's at 37 overall, versus Kiwi Mace is at 33 overall. So Kansas City has their back up against the wall now, have to win both games in order to win the World Series. 66ers only have to win, 3 games. 66ers only have to win 1. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I believe this time it is it AJ first this time, I believe?
I think I just went first on the last one.
Okay, so that'll be Phillies fan. Phillies fan will be first, and then AJ second, and Crazy Katy Cat will finish this off. I got to go check on something real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get the game started, and we'll let AJ get us going.
All right, so Benny Rodriguez is going to lead us off here for San Bernardino. And that is down the left field line, and that will be a double for Benny Rodriguez. Benny Rodriguez turning on the jet to get the second. Bongo Luongo will take the walk, and that I thought it was a 4-pitch walk. Miles ahead. This is out in the left field, and Benny the Jet tags up on the fly out, and he gets to third. This is up the middle for Jackie Daytona, and Benny the Jet Rodriguez will score on a Jackie Daytona single. So with 1 out, Bad and Bougie will now put a single up the middle, and Bongo Luongo will score from second. So now with 1 out, 2-run lead for San Bernardino, and this one's over the head of the right fielder for Rembeverwinkle, and that is a double. Stops at second. So Bad and Bougie and Daytona will score to give a 4-0 lead on 4 hits. 1 out still. Now with 2 outs, as 4 straight grounds out to first and moves Rembeverwinkle to third, but Vanderbilt will strike out, and the Kansas City Hepcats are finally out of the top of the first. So 4 runs on 4 hits on the top of the first for San Bernardino. Rotor Wash with a mustache puts this one into right field for a single. So leadoff hitter aboard for Kansas City. And Rotor Wash with a mustache will steal second base. Weedham boys, this one is popped up into foul territory, and the first baseman has it for out number 1. Ernie Witt, nice diving stop. But the first baseman bobbles it. So error now for San Bernardino, and men of the corners for Ami Caruso, who puts it deep into center field, but it's caught, but is deep enough for the sac fly. Rotor Wash with the mustache will come home, and now it is 4-1 with 2 outs. This one's into right field and drops in front of the right fielder. Chipper Slokening with a single, moving Ernie Witt to third. Kaneda will ground out to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. So Kansas City does get 1 back. Pretzelman puts this one down the left field line, and that is a double for Pretzelman. A leadoff double here in the second inning. Benny Rodriguez puts this one the middle, and he will stop at second, but Pretzelman is safe stops at first. Pretzelman's safe from second coming home. That is an RBI single. 1 out now as Bongo Luongo strikes out. Miles ahead, but Benny Rodriguez tries to steal second, but is thrown out. So 2 outs now, and Miles ahead will strike out. So San Bernardino does get 1 to improve to 5-1 record.
124 viewers.
5-run score. Santana Cruz into right field. This should be a double. Throw comes in, cut off man. Brian Benz up the middle. Santana stays at third. So that is a single with 1 out or 2 out, 0 outs. 1 out now as Bautista strikes out. Ground out to the second baseman. He turns 2 for Rotor Wash, grounds into a double play to end the inning, stranding a guy on third and first. Daytona strikes out for San Bernardino. Bad and Bougie pops up to the shortstop at the pitcher's mound, and Rembeverwinkle grounds out to second base. So 1-2-3, and the San Bernardino 66ers finally will not score a run. Weedham boys will draw a walk. Kansas City. Witt into right field. And the throw at third is not in time, so first and third. And ground out for Caruso to the shortstop, but the run scores. Slokening will single into right field, so now 1 out, men in the corners for Kaneda, who strikes out. Santana Cruz will ground out to the shortstop, who flips it to second base for the easy out. So Kansas City gets 1 back to make it 5-2 as moved to the 4th inning.
Top of the 4th, San Bernardino will be looking to increase their lead here, and that's fumbled by the first baseman there.
Bumble.
That'll be an error, and followed up immediately by a single by Vanderbilt. Pretzelman grounds it to shortstop and grounds that into a double play, advancing straight to third. And Rodriguez will score straight with an RBI single. So San Bernardino tacks on another run to their lead, making a 4-run lead now 6-2. Bonga Luongo, high fly ball into left field. This one could be gone, and it is. Bonga Luongo
Out
with a
of the
2-run
park.
opposite field home run, 396 feet, as the 66ers extend their lead 8-2 as they look to potentially win the World Series. Here. Miles ahead, the DH with a fly ball into left field, and that will be out number 3. But the 66ers will add 3 to their lead here in the top of the 4th. Kansas City Hepcats looking to rebound here in the bottom of the 4th. Brian Benz going down on strikeout. Vladimir Batista will get a base hit over the head of the second baseman. And that's going to roll all the way to the wall as Batista will make it to second easily with a stand-up double. Rotor Wash with a mustache will take ball 4, it looked like there. Whedon Boys will watch as Batista takes off for third, but gets picked off by the catcher and Beverwinkle. And Whedon Boys will ground out to second to end the threat. Top of the 5th now as San Bernardino has a 6-run lead and looking to extend it. It's going to be Barney Turbo on the mound, returning from their last inning of work. And Bougie with a high fly ball into center field will be out number 2 after a quick out by Daytona. And Beverwinkle is going to get hit by the pitch, and he will take a walk down to first base. We'll be feeling that in the morning. 4 straight. Checks a swing, but couldn't hold up. That will be a strikeout, and that will bring us to the bottom of the 5th now with Ernie Witt flying out to the center fielder to lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tommy Caruso. High fly ball into center field. This one has a chance all the way back of the wall, though. 4 straight will reel it in. Chipper Slocum with a ground ball down the third base line, and it gets past the third baseman. Was not ruled as an error. It looks like just a double for Slocum. And Kaneda will go deep for a 2-run homer. Kansas City chipping into that lead, as Chipper Slocum will score on the 2-run shot by Junichi Kaneda. 8-4 the score now with Santana Cruz getting a base hit into left field. That'll be a single off of Robert Grimes, who seems to be getting a little bit tired now. And Cruz will go for second, but he's thrown out, caught stealing. Hepcats will score 2 on 3 hits, including a home run, and will end the inning with a caught stealing. It's going to be Vanderbilt, the shortstop, up for San Bernardino here in the top of the 6th, and will lead it off immediately with a double. Peter Pretzelman with a runner in scoring position and nobody out will take Cucumber Jr. deep, but not quite all the way over the wall. That'll be a fly out and a sacrifice as Vanderbilt advances to third. Rodriguez will fly out to right field, and that will be accredited as a sac fly as it scores the runner from third. Vanderbilt easily makes it home, and it's now 9-4. Luongo will ground out to second, and that will retire the side. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, San Bernardino leading 9-4 here. Brian Benz, base hit into left field off of Robert Grimes, and Grimes has got to be getting a little bit tired here. 91 pitches. Vladimir Batista will be on board with an infield single. They didn't make it. They weren't able to make a play there. Rotor Wash with a mustache, base hit into left field, and now the Hepcats have the bases loaded for Whedon Boys. And that's going to be thrown out at home fielder's choice. It said double play on the feed for some reason. Ernie Witt will sac fly into center field to score a run for Kansas City. Tommy Caruso will ground out to first, and the inning is over. They had the bases loaded, but can only push 1 run across. 9-5 now the scores. We go to the top of the 7th, and Crazy Katie Cat taking us the rest of the way.
Here's Miles ahead, and he's going to put a fly ball into right. Jackie Daytona now. Cucumber is pitching, and Jackie Daytona grounds out to the shortstop. Baden Bougie, she's going to take a walk. Then Jonathan Rambeverwinkle, single back up the middle to center, and that'll put runners on the corners for 4 straight. He's hot, and he's going to strike out looking to end the inning. Chipper Slocum in against Bill V. Hill. And that's through the 5.5 hole for a single into left. Check. Junichi Kaneda will strike out. Santana Cruz, and they put a charge into one, but it's just a single. Brian Benz grounds into a double play to end the inning. Pressure starting to mount here for Kansas City. And that's a drop third strike, I believe.
Fumble bumble.
Yes. And Peter Pretzelman puts a single into left, and the runner's going to third. And Pretzelman's going to attempt to steal second, and he's safe. So runners on second and third for Benny Rodriguez, who will strike out. Here's Bongo Luongo, puts it deep and high into left, and that's going to be a sac fly as they catch it on the warning track. Miles ahead is going to come up now. And he's going to ground out to the shortstop. It's 10-5 now. Kansas City really needs to get started chipping into this. Vladimir Bautista pops up to shallow left. Shortstop will grab it. Roto Wash with a mustache. Opposite field single into right. W.E. Dembois grounds to third. Over to second. But they hold it there, so only the fielder's choice. And Ernie Witt puts it deep, and it's gone. 10-7 now.
Out of the park.
Tommy Caruso. He also puts a charge into one, and that's high and deep, and gone back to back. Kansas City is making an attempt. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. Slocum stands in, and he puts a charge into one as well.
Wow.
Deep in the left, and back home runs for Kansas City. They're now down by only one
Out
run.
of the park.
Junichi Kaneda stands in. A little pop fly to the shortstop right next to the pitcher's mound. And that will finally end the inning as Kansas City puts up 4 in the bottom of the 8th.
Chat going crazy.
And we have a new pitcher. Focia, I believe. And Jackie Daytona will line up to the center fielder. Ben Bougie will fly out to the center fielder in left center field. And Jonathan Rembever-Winkle will take a walk on 4 pitches. 4 straight now. It's at high, but not very deep. Center fielder will grab that, no problem. It's the bottom of the 9th. We're going to have Santana Cruz leading off. Patio Furniture is in for San Bernardino. And the third baseman fails to make a play. And the runner's going to attempt to steal. And he's safe. Ryan Benz, fly ball to right. Runner tags, but does not go. Vladimir Bautista. It's a fly ball to center field. And the runner does it. He's thrown out. San Bernardino wins the game and the series.
Wow. Wow.
I'm speechless.
Congratulations to Schoolboy Shoe, Matty Ice, and the San Bernardino 66ers as they finally get one. Winning in their 5th try for a World Series win over the Kansas City Hepcats in 5 games. Kansas City put on a great showing in the postseason, but it was not enough as San Bernardino, for the first time in the history of their ball club, has now won a World Series in the minor leagues of the pro baseball experience. Congratulations again to all of the 66ers. I know we had several 66ers here in the chat. You've totally earned this. I want to say, congratulations not only on beating your own regular season record and wins, but finally getting into the World Series and winning it too. What an amazing season. What an amazing season for San Bernardino. Congratulations to the 66ers, who are now your Season 24 Minor League Pro Baseball Experience World Series champions. And so let's go ahead and take a minute now and look at this fateful box score here. Even with 4 here in the bottom of the 8th, Kansas City really put on a show, tried to hold on, but it just was not enough. Kansas City had multiple games during the series where they had double-digit hits. Look at this one here, 20 hits in this one. Only were able to get 9 runs. Let's take a look at the left on base here. 28 left on base for Kansas City. That's going to be the tail of the tape here for Kansas City. Getting a lot of runners on base, unable to score where it really mattered, but they played their hearts out. So congratulations to both teams, especially San Bernardino, for winning the World Series for this season. Taking a look at our batting here, Rodriguez, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs, 3 RBIs for Luongo, 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Rembeverwinkle, 2 runs, 2 hits for Vanderbilt, 2 hits for Pretzelman. Over on the Kansas City side, a run and 3 hits for Rotowash with the mustache, 2 runs for Whedon Boys, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Ernie Witt, 3 RBIs for Caruso, 2 runs, 5 hits for Slokening. Slokening going 5 for 5 here with 1 RBI. 2 RBIs here for Kaneda. Cruz going 4 for 5 and 2 hits each for Benz and Batista. Looking down at the pitching now for San Bernardino, Grimes getting their first win of the postseason. Congratulations to Grimes in this fateful game here, being able to pull it off and win. Bill the Hill getting a hold, and Patio Furniture their first save of the postseason. On the other side, Kiwi Mace taking the loss here, going 1-2. And looking at the player of the game, Benny Rodriguez. Chipper Slokening ties the MIL PBE playoff game record for hits with 5. So we had 5 hits just a couple games ago and 5 hits again, and now in this one. So what a game by the San Bernardino 66ers, finally able to put a win column in the World Series and take it home and bring home the rings for all their players. Wow. So, co-GMs, what did you think? Amazing series here, especially for San Bernardino, huh?
Very exciting
That
ending
was
there.
a heck of a series to watch.
I thought for sure Kansas City was going to make that comeback there.
I thought so too. All they needed was one just to tie it and push it into extra innings, but this was not to be. Especially trying to go and get to, I could understand stealing second, but trying to go for third, that was a very gutsy call, and unfortunately it didn't pay off that time. But to be able to take it to 5 games, especially playing at home, all 3 games of the last part of the series here, Kansas City really did a great job being able to get to this point, but San Bernardino just would not be denied, able to play their hearts out, win this series, and finally call themselves World Series champions. I know there are a lot of call-ups for the 66ers coming up for next season, so we'll have to see if they're able to maintain their dominance in the minor league. But with teams like the Dillos, the Dynamos, the Hepcats, the Wheelers, a lot of competition coming up for next season, so we're just going to have to see how that one plays out. But we're going to go ahead and finish off this sim day, and I believe it was an off day. Yes, it was an off day for the majors. So we're going to move on now to our next day. And now that I've done that, let me just go ahead and check one thing here real quick. We always want to check this.
Awards?
Yeah, the awards. Let's see here. Where is that?
Sim team vibes. Power came back.
Oh, nice.
So,
welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo!
Yeah, I was definitely a little nervous because it started at midnight as the original update, then it went to 1:15 a.m. So I started becoming a little concerned. Oh, and that's them calling me, telling me the power's back, but
Nice.
we're good.
League events.
Yeah, that was a fun series. Going for 3, going for third base when you're down. The one time to do it is the time when you're down 3-1 in the series, though. Going for gutsy stuff, you got to put it all out there. But yeah, definitely that may keep them up at night. The Hepcats.
I'm trying to remember where the league events.
Yeah, Voyager's up 3-2. Sorry, y'all. We were having a great pre-show. I was talking to the Rewind team before I lost power, before the craziness, that it would be kind of cool to keep that kind of regular. Like, what if we did that in the regular season? Just like a 20 for people the early birds, the early bird special. Little content, pre-prepped content. So may entertain that. Yakko said we're good.
All right, well, I'm just going to advance it anyway. It's not that big a deal, and it'll just take another second here to fix this one.
Yak knock or eco. The man of many names.
And there we go. November. Excellent. So we're just going to go ahead and do a file save here. And I'm going to pull up the majors, and we'll take a look at the fatigue for both teams here. We'll start off with the Voyagers. And our projected starter is Kevin Choate, and they are 100% rested. So it looks like Voyagers are good on that end. 60% here for Atsuko Rune, and Sievart is at 28%. And now we'll move on to the Scorpions. And projected starter Zealman is at 100%. Mercedes Garcia is at 60%, and Shane Green is at 27%. All right, so let me check over here on Discord, see if we have any updates from either one of the majors teams. Voyagers giving me a ping, and they're saying put Sievart in the pin. So let me go back over here and we'll take care of that one. And they want to put Sievart in the pin. Changes to a, whoops, sup, that up, change to there, change to that, and stopper 7th and close and high leverage. So Sievart, stopper 7th and close and high leverage. Sievart. What was it again? Stopper, 7th and close, and high leverage. Stopper, 7th and close, and high leverage. There we go. And go to 2-man rotation with Coach Choate still starting. That is correct. And now let me look over here at the Scorpions. Okay, so looking at the Scorpions here, just to let person in if you might have missed it before. Zealman is at 100%, so I'm going to guess that you want to see what Green's stamina is after you sim 4 today. Okay, so for right now, you're good, person man, is that correct? Yep, let me save as well. Thank you, Big Unit Babs, for reminding me about that. And Scorpions, alright, so Person Man's good. Big Unit Babs is good. Both teams are all set. And so, since we've got Hummus God here as well, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the 9th inning. And let's see, who was first? It was Phillies fan was first. So that will put AJ first. First through second, Crazy Katy Cat, 3rd through 4th. Philly fan, 5th through 6th. Hummus God, 7th and 8th, and I'll take the 9th inning. So we'll go ahead and back over here to the scores. And looking at our matchup here, we have Kevin Choate, 2-2 with a 5.04 ERA versus VV Zealman with a 2-1 5.03 ERA. Look how close that is there. 1/100th of an ERA between both of them. Only one loss extra for Choate over Zealman. So yeah, before we get started on this one, did you want to do a prediction, Hummus God?
Sure, we can pop it open.
All right. Any suggestions from any of our GMs here?
Lead changes.
Lead changes was all right. So when someone scores in the beginning, it doesn't count as a lead change, obviously, right?
Right. It would have to be, I guess, somebody matching.
Or does it?
I mean, it could. I don't see why it wouldn't.
I think as long as you specify before the betting happens.
Wait,
Like-
so we're getting conflicting. Yeah, exactly. That's why that's a difficult one to do. So
Home
have we
runs?
done it? Have we done an odd even?
No, I don't think so.
What else can we do? Pass balls would be hilarious.
How do we know the difference between that?
That
and
one might be hard because wild pitch.
Yeah,
If you're not paying attention.
So they keep track on the box score. PB is passed ball, and
That's right.
WP is wild pitch.
that's right.
So if it's questionable, we'll just confirm with the box score before scoring it.
How many fumble bumbles?
How many air? Oh, an air bet would be fun.
Sure.
I'm down. All right, let's do straight up errors then.
1.5, 2.5.
Yep, always for majors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1.5.
minor league. You may have to up that a full error, but we're gonna start it. You got 1 minute. Over under 1.5 errors. So this is as in basketball, you call it game point, or in tennis, you call it match point. But yeah, Voyagers win. They are champions.
What a series too by the Voyagers. Especially as I did not expect them to win that series over the Sloss, but they held on and were able to move on and take on the Aviators. Aviators had such a great season this season, and to be able to take down the Aviators and the Sloss 2 in a row, some of the toughest teams in the PBE. To win this as the 6th seed. The last time I remember that was Cancun Toros, I think. Was it like 4 seasons ago? Cancun won as the 6th seed. So it's been a while since 6th seed has won the World Series, so we'll have to see how this goes.
I know the Toros won, knocked out our fellow Vandals.
Right.
Was that the only one? Because we haven't always had a 6-team playoff.
That's true. I think that might be it.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only 6th seed to win.
So this could be number 2 here.
Yeah, this would, yeah. I mean, they're in control, but on the road against in a really tough stadium to win at.
Absolutely.
But the Voyagers are 5-3 on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah. So it could go either way here. Oh, by the way, before we move on here, let me pull back down the minor league, and we're going to take a look at Series MVP.
World Series MVP.
Yeah, Benny Rodriguez. So see,
Speedster.
Rodriguez had 23 at-bats, 13 hits, 4 RBIs, 565 average, 542 OBP, and slugging of 739.
Wow.
So, congratulations to Benny Rodriguez getting World Series MVP.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure.
All right, so let's take a look here. Is the predictions done? They sure are. And we have 22 to 78%, 78 for under 1.5, 22 for over 1.5. And it looks like about 75,000, something like that, total channel points. So a lot of bets going into this one. And okay, so here we go. Game 6 of the Major League World Series. Voyagers.
The anticipation's driving up. You're trying to get people in the viewership. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Filibuster works sometimes, but yeah.
All right, so let's take a look here at our matchups, and we have 6 for the Voyagers, 3 for the Scorpions, and a tie in pitching. A tie in pitching. I haven't seen that yet this series. Let me just take one last look over here at my GM Discord, make sure there wasn't any last minute changes or anything. There was not. Both GMs are good. And so we're going to get started here with AJ, innings 1 through 2, with Joshua Stevenson coming first up to bat. Let me just make sure one more time.
Wait, how are we splitting this? I think I missed when we distributed
okay,
that.
so AJ is going to do 1 and 2. Crazy Katie Cat's going to do 3 and 4. Phillies fans going to do 5 and 6. You'll do 7th and 8th, and I'll take 9th inning. And then we'll rotate
Let's
one
do it.
inning if it's going into overtime, extra innings. And so AJ is starting us off here with Joshua Stevenson.
Yes,
and I think I need to fix the field here real quick. Let me just, after this play, pause it.
So we'll see the first play being a single into right by Joshua Stevenson. We'll do a quick change around here. So the Scorpions will be looking to tie up the series. Voyagers looking to potentially win it here. And a high fly ball into center field by R.J. Menard will keep Stevenson at first. Harden Long will ground into a double play, so a very quick inning for starting pitcher V.V. Zielman on the side of the Scorpions. And Death Valley will get their first look at it here in the bottom of the first with Sim due up. He'll ground out to the first baseman Tom Shu. He'll take it himself. Andrew Oram with a line drive into left center all the way to the wall. Center fielder Menard will throw it in, and Oram will be safe at second with a stand-up double. Willie Colon goes down on strikes, and with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Elliot Lefevre will fly out to center field. So no runs on 1 hit, that 1 hit being a double by Oram. As we go to the top of the second, Voyagers get another shot here, and a diving catch by the center fielder Affert will retire Shu, bring him back to the dugout. Barbados Slim goes down, strikes, and Grant Iridian, small little dribbler out in front of the catcher, thrown on to first. Voyagers are sent down 1-2-3. It's going to be James Love up now for the Scorpions to lead off the bottom of the second, and he'll fly out into right field. Affert will take the free pass to first. Ian Fullman grounder to second, thrown on to first base for a ground out. Affert advancing to second. Alderson will ground out to second as well, and there will be no score after 2 innings, so CCC will take us through the third and the fourth.
All right. Here's Eric Rivers striking out against B.B. Jr. Dylan Hodge now will ground ball to second baseman, easily thrown out. Kurt Swerve grounds to the shortstop, who will throw over first. Stretch McGibbon and little dribbler back to the pitcher who quickly throws it over to first. Sim is going to ground out to the shortstop. And a run with a line out, it looked like, to shortstop will end the inning. Joshua Stevenson, he puts one into the deep center field, and it's off the wall. And he's going to get into second safely. It's R.J. Menard, and that's a wild pitch by B.B. Zielman. Runner on third. And Menard is going to single to left and bring in the runner. And Harden Long is going to strike out. Tom Shu stands in. He's going to get a walk. Barbados Slim now. He strikes out. Grant Iridian puts one deep, and it's gone. 3-run home run.
Out of the park.
413 feet. That'll put New York up 4-0. That was Eric Rivers there getting a walk. Dylan Hodge is going to put it past the diving second baseman, and the runner will advance to third. Runners at the corners. Kurt Swerve, and he will strike out in the inning. Willie Colon now, fly ball to left field. Elliot Lefebvre stands in and strikes out on a check swing. And James Love will ground line out, actually. I think that was to the shortstop. I'll pass it on to Philly Bag.
And Joshua Stevenson puts us up the middle for a single to start off the top of the fifth for New York. And R.J. Menard will ground to fielder's choice and will steal second. So, fielder's choice, but he's still on second. Harden Long will put this one deep center field with now 1 out and 2 outs. And Menard will get to third. And Menard will come home on a double to left field by Tom Shu. So, adding to their lead, 5-0 now. Barbados Slim with 2 outs will draw the walk. So now the force out is in play for Grant Iridian, but they'll walk him too. So now the bases are loaded, and Herbie Farnworth has been in now. Eric Rivers, and first rounds out to end the inning, or end the top of the fifth. Kevin Choate still pitching, holding a fart, or
Fumble bumble.
single, and now a stolen base. Yes. Ian Fulman was single into right field, and the throw at the plate is in time, and they get him. Great defense there from New York as Elliot Alderson singles into left field, and Stretch McGibbon, they will only get one. They rounds out to the shortstop. Diving catch in left field as Zangwon Sim flies out into left field. New York is putting on a defensive clinic right now to protect this lead that they have. Dylan Hodge will ground out to the first baseman. And Kirk Swerve now with one out will put this one into center field for a single. Trying to get things going here now in the top of the sixth, and he steals, and he is safe at second. Joshua Stevenson will ground out to the third baseman, and Kirk Swerve will stay at second. RJ Menard up, and he will strike out. And that will end at the top of the sixth. As we head to the bottom of the sixth now, we're going to see Andrew Oram step into the plate. Kevin Choate still pitching for New York. This is popped up in the air behind the plate, and the catcher, Barbados Slim, is there to grab it. Willie Colon will strike out for out number 2, and Elliot Lefebvre puts this one deep into right field. Is this gone? Yes, it is. 384 feet just over the wall. And EVS is now on the board as they try to mount a comeback here. 2-out home run for Elliot Lefebvre. James Love will strike out.
It's a love affair, but
Voyagers will move on.
Voyagers on the verge of their first World Series win since season 12, and that's a walk. The full count walk. Check the swing, but a successful. Shoes struck him out, and successful stolen base by Hardin Long. Barbados Slim striking out, swinging. Ratatouille. Cal is in. Grounder. Oh, that's going to be a run potentially, and it will. Iridian with the clutch RBI to give the Voyagers a 6-1 lead here in the top of the seventh. And stolen base attempt. Iridian safe. Oh, yep, safe. And a walk from Rivers. So Hodge will come up, hitting 194 in the postseason. Hodge grounding out, but the Voyagers up 5 with a few innings to go. Scorpions bats will come up, holding a fart. A fart, grounder, ground out. Slotface in, the relief pitcher. Former starter. Fulman, nice crack of the bat. Drops one in right field for a single. Alderson, grounder. Oh, and a fumble bumble. Oh, the overs got destroyed. Congrats to the bettors, and that's a strikeout for McGibbon. From McGibbon, Slotface trying to get out of this little jam here. Sim striking out. Slotface, success. We'll go top of the 8th. Voyagers in control. And that's a fly ball from Swerve. Caught in right field for the out. Stevenson, cooled your set, grounding out. So 2 outs for RJ Menard. A pop up and a pop out. 1, 2, 3. So we'll go bottom of the 8th. Can the Scorpions force a game 7? Or will we crown the Voyagers champions here in season 24? And that's in the good gap for Andrew Oram. Oram's going to go grab 2 bases. Lead off double for Andrew Oram. Now Willie Colon will come up. Striking out, swinging on an inside pitch. Lefebvre now. Lefebvre with the grounder. Ground out. So 2 outs. A runner on second. Love striking out, swinging. Tokayami dealing. And we'll go top of the 9th. LBG.
And here we go. Long, Shu, and Slim. Can they pad the lead some more? Up by 5 already. And Hardin Long is going to fly out here to left field. And that'll bring up Tom Shu. This was drilled to center field and line drive, and that one's caught for out number 2. Barbados Slim striking out. 1-2-3 inning. Last chance here for DBS. And we have a Fart, Fullman, and Mr. Robot, Elliot Alderson. And that's to the gap in the center. And that's going to be a base hit for a Fart to start us off here. They need a bunch more of that. This one hits the first baseman, back to shortstop, and the 2-6-2 double play. Last chance here. And we're going to walk from Elliot Alderson. McGibbon. Number 9 hitter McGibbon. Do or die. And McGibbon strikes out. And the New York Voyagers are going to win the season 24 Major League World Series with the score of 6-1. Wow. Taking it to 6 games and able to prevail at the very end there. The Voyagers. What an underdog. What an amazing season for New York. Taking out the Sloths, the Aviators, and the Scorpions to finish us out in the playoffs. Amazing game from Big Unit Babs and all of the New York Voyagers. Congratulations. Wow. So before we get to the box scores, what did everybody think? That was crazy, huh?
Oh yeah.
What a great game. What a great series.
Great series.
Absolutely nuts.
Great defensive showing in this series too. A lot of really great key defensive plays to really clinch wins.
How did the series go? Who took the lead in the beginning? Didn't wasn't it 2-1
Scorpions took
Scorpions?
him 1, I think.
Yeah, I think it was it sweep game 3, 4, 5, and 6?
It was not a sweep. I think it was 1-1 after 2 games.
That's right. You're right.
I think Scorpions took game 3.
That's right. So it was 4,
So it was
5, and
2-1.
6.
It was 2-1 Scorpions at one
Yes.
point.
Yes.
So Voyagers won 3 straight.
3 straight. So congratulations. Oh my God.
That's the new name. That's the new phrase. From Vandals won 5 straight to the Voyagers won 3 straight to clinch another World Series.
Wow. So congratulations again to the New York Voyagers and the San Bernardino 66ers, both World Series champions for season 24. Now, before we move on any further, let me invite, let me see if Big Unit Babs or Shu, if either one of you want to join us in the chat and we can do an interview with you if you like, just let me know.
During the upload?
Yeah, during the yeah. Let me go and do the box scores first, and let me know in the GM chat if either team from the winning teams would like to join us. But looking at the box scores here, look at this graph from the 4th inning onward, completely Voyagers all the way. That 4 runs in the 4th inning was pretty much the nail in the coffin there. DBS was able to get one here in the 6th, but it was just not enough. Taking a look at our batting here for New York, we have a run and 3 hits from Stevenson. 2 runs from Menard, 2 hits and 4 RBIs from Grant Iridian. Grant Iridian having a great game here. Over on the Death Valley side, 2 hits for Aurum and 2 hits for Ian Fullman. Down on the pitching end for New York, Kevin Choate getting their 3rd win of the postseason. Congratulations to Enoch having a great season, not only for the Hepcats getting into the World Series, but being World Series champion. Starting pitcher for the final game of the series. Over on the Death Valley side, VV Zielman taking their 2nd loss, 2-2 for Zielman. Grant Iridian, what was it? 2 hits, 1 run, 4 RBIs, and a walk is your player of the game. So we're just going to do a... Oh, maybe I should advance a day. Well, let me check. I guess it doesn't matter now because they can do the awards for majors since this was the last one. We'll go ahead and do a file save here just to be sure before I upload. And taking a look at our settings here, these 2 rows are checked. All 4 of those are checked. That is correct. And top and bottom row should be checked, and these 2 checked. That is correct. And we have 3 checks here. Those 2 and that one. That is correct. And off we go. So let's see here. I do have something in general chat. Let me send an invite to Big Unit Babs. Give me just a second, Babs, and we'll pull you in here.
He's here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in here.
Welcome, Babs. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. It feels like a weight lifted. It's been a long time coming.
Especially being the 6th seed and all. A lot of people thought DBS or possibly Rougarous or Aviators are going to be the ones to really pull it off this season, especially with the Rougarous Championship last season. But, all three of the series during the postseason, I was so proud of the way that you guys played. Amazing pitching, especially in the hitting department, too, being able to rack up some big runs. Some of them were late in the games, too, to be able to break ties or come from behind. So it was really exciting to watch. And, definitely I think with the way, especially since the All-Star break that you played, those last 2 weeks of the regular season, things just went so much on your side. You were able to move up in the standings, grab that 6th seed away. And how does it seem so far for your team? Are you going to be able to keep most of your players next season and try for another run?
Expansion is going to be interesting. I think we're going to keep a lot of our core together. We're going to have a very good team going into next season. It'll be interesting. I'm very happy to be in the conference we're in. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, as we saw this year, the goal is just get in the playoffs, and once we're in, anything can happen, right?
Absolutely. One thing that I noticed too is that I really thought that this was going to be the Aviators' year. They've really turned that team around. They were able to dominate the East, and to see you down 3rd place in the East and still be able to make your mark here in the postseason. AW13 did a really good job trying to get things going for the Aviators, but the Voyagers just have so many big names. Choate and Barbados Slim, a lot of really good hitters all the way down the line. Grant Iridian, it just seems like this season everything just gelled and came together. I'm really happy for all the Voyagers, and we look forward to seeing how you do next season. Hopefully you can get a 2-peat.
Yeah, obviously, all these teams in the playoffs were fantastic opponents and really tough to go against. Well, one thing I will say, it was very nice to go into OBX with a park that was kind of designed for Hardin Long and Tom Shue, and
Right.
But we were lucky. Once we beat San Antonio in the first round, we got some really good matchups with DVS and OBX, who are also lefty heavy teams that have lineups that look very similar to ours, and we thankfully came up on top.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and we hope to see how you do next season. We also have here Schoolboy Shue, the minor league champion, San Bernardino 66ers. Shue, what an amazing run. You said at the beginning of the season that this was yours to win. You had to do it, do or die. So how does it feel being a World Series champion?
It feels unbelievable. I mean, it was do or die. It was do or die from game 1. I mean, everyone knows that we have the history of the playoff choking. And so last year when we broke the win record, everyone, at least us in San Bernardino, we expected to go all the way for sure. And then, of course, we obviously lost in the first round to Amarillo. And then when we broke it again this year, we knew that we had to see Amarillo in the first round again. And after they beat us in game 6, I was unbelievably worried. And thankfully, we beat them in game 7. The Hepcats put up a hell of a series in the World Series. And just the feeling that I'm getting after losing 4 World Series in a row, it's amazing.
Right, especially to win a ring on your birthday. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's birthday, 72 or 73
72,
now?
73, something like that. Absolutely. With the expansion with the Bears and the Lemurs this past season, I really thought there was going to be a lot more parity. And except for your team, most of the other teams were really close to each other, especially getting to the postseason. I think there was like 1 game separating 4 of the teams or something like that, 5 of the teams, 1 game's between each of them. So now that we finally move into the second season for these expansion teams, it's really going to be interesting to see. I understand you said something about getting like 6 or 7 of your batters back for next season. I'm not sure how your pitching situation is going to be, but you basically had first place for both pitching and batting So, it'll be very interesting how things will go next season for both of those. Especially if you hold on to your core players. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we're going to see. I mean, I know right now from talking to GMs, we're losing 3 of our best pitchers. So at least we're going to get probable pitcher of the year candidate Robert Grimes back. That's our big thing, but we're losing a whole lot of pitching. So we're going to have to see how our draft goes to see, how our season goes next year and if we can repeat or not.
So let's talk about a couple of your players here. Bongo Luongo, are they getting called up this next season?
Johnson Brothers, you hear that question? Let me know. I have no idea right now.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. Bongo is the big one. I know a lot of people who are definitely getting called up. I know a lot of people who are definitely not getting called up. Bongo is one of the people who sits in the middle. I am not sure at the moment. He is not sure. We're just going to have to wait and find out.
And how do you feel so far about, especially with the push that we had today with the recruitment? Looks like we had quite a few new players coming in. Being down at 10th now, this is another first time that you've been down in the 10th seed for the draft order. It's going to be very interesting to see, first few picks for the 66ers to see if you can get some really good active players, especially like in the third round. I think the third round is going to be like the do or die round. Maybe you can sneak one by on some of the other teams, but would you like to divulge anything as to, what kind of situation you're looking at for, I guess, pitching is going to be your big thing. Maybe get a reliever, a starting pitcher, something like that.
It's funny you say that, LBG, because if you have watched the 66ers in the past 2 years, you know that our thing is scoring runs.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned right now, we need bats. We can get a starting pitcher who can just fill a spot in the 4th round. What we need right now is a max earner who is going to score runs for us. We are more concerned without scoring people than we are with holding people to, 1 or 2 runs a game. We're looking for people who can hit the ball.
Well, looks like our upload is done here. So I want to thank again the GMs for both the New York Voyagers and the San Bernardino 66ers. Congratulations to both of you, World Series champions. I know your locker rooms are probably going crazy right now, and you want to go say, thanks to everybody and what a great season. But I want to thank you both for joining us, and we wish you both luck in season 25.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, LBG.
Absolutely.
Great stream, LBG.
Thank you. I also want to thank AJ, Crazy Katie Cat, and Phillies Fan for joining us tonight. It was really fun being able to have multiple GMs from the league doing our streaming for us. AJ, do you have any final words before we sign off? Did AJ already... Oh, he's muted. We'll move on to Crazy Katie Cat. What was your thoughts tonight? Anything you'd like to say?
Great series. I thought it was really interesting how much role the base running played, and just congrats to both champions.
All right, and Phillies fan 96. Any thoughts from you?
Yeah, it was a great series. Fun to finally get on a stream. I love seeing such a great defensive series too. So we're a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely. And Hummus God, PBE Commissioner, better late than never. I'm glad your power's back up. And any final thoughts to wrap up the season with?
So DVS clinching home field on the last day of the season, parlaying that into a World Series appearance, but getting upset by the 6th seed. Definitely an entertaining season overall. Just that those little tidbits, we were treated by one, and the storyline of the 66ers, the train that just kept going, keeping their head down, getting knocked out in the first round after breaking the win record last season, just crushing the souls of anyone in San Bernardino. To bounce back and win in dominating fashion tonight was very impressive. So congrats to those 2 organizations. A lot of, Shu gets to, on his birthday, happy birthday, Shu, winning a World Series on the majors and the minor league side of the house. So, a special birthday indeed. You're turning, I think, 80 today. So, yeah, just a fun night. thank you for streaming LBG.
Absolutely. And so we've done the upload, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But before we do we have any channels that we want to raid or anything like that? Yes,
We got
LBG.
it. So we've rated Sim in the past,
Uh-huh.
but Comeback Zach is streaming the co-GM of the Nashville Stars. He did message me earlier, half joking, half serious. He is playing a M for Mature game, Call of Duty, but I wouldn't. It's up to you guys. I mean,
Sure,
what does the booth
absolutely.
think?
80 viewers. I'm sure he'd be happy to see a raid like that. Absolutely.
Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and make his night, and yeah, just doing it for our community.
Recruitment
And-
posts are up, so be sure to go like those on the or upvote those on the subreddits.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
recruitment posts are up. Agreed. Check out the recruitment post. I posted it. It was actually posted earlier by who posted it? Gurin? Gurin did.
Yeah, Goran.
Gurin posted it. So check that out and go. You know, I can't ask you to upvote. That actually wouldn't be allowed. But I'm asking you to look at it and ponder on it and open it. And yeah, that's all I'm going to ask you to do. But yeah, check it out. And thank you to everyone who's joining who joined today. I don't know if we have any new viewers with us tonight. We probably did. So hope you enjoyed the stream. And now we're going to rate someone in our community who, yeah, is the co-GM of the Nashville Stars.
And thank you, BT Kel, for following. We really appreciate it. And now we're moving on to Comeback Zach. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, it is a mature stream. Just letting people know just ahead of time. Alrighty.
Time for some
Let's do
Warzone.
it.
You guys are gonna grab that helicopter.
And I'm going to leave this up to get the reaction. Let's see how this goes.
Oh yeah.
He better be looking.
Do it. Do it. Please grab that heli.
Ooh, hey, I got a nice empty
I hope
fire
people
rate.
follow him.
Alright. Oh, I don't know if it was LBG or Hummus or both. Thank you for the raid. Playing in a tournament with my buddy.
He's actually really nasty at this game. Zach is.
Yeah, we're friends. We're friends.
Okay.
All right, let me go ahead
Alright,
and
UAV. I got UAV.
sign us off
Alright,
here.
pop
Thanks
it.
everybody again for joining.
What's up, guys?
Thank you for streaming, LBG. You the man.